And we're here.
Hello!
All right.
God.
I am still seeing that we do not have Justin or Mike in the game.
Where are we?
That's accurate. You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong.
I don't go into most things thinking that I am wrong, Justin. We've talked.
Sometimes I feel like you need the validation, and I want to provide that to you as a
No.
as a good
I'm
friend.
me. I think I'm valid.
Nice.
John needs no one to tell him he's beautiful. He
Dude,
does
your
himself every
self-confidence
day.
is fantastic.
Well, I mean, my friends are you guys, so if I'm not confident in me, nobody will be.
Hey, you know what they say about your closest friends?
Yeah, they're pretty shit.
Oh, that's
They
I
might
don't know
say
if
something
they
different
say
about
that.
your
Oh,
closest
man,
friends
who
than
are
they do
they?
about
I gotta go
my
beat them
closest
up now.
friends, but you know.
I don't know if they say that. I think you say that, but
Yeah.
How dare your
Uh,
closest friends say
Well, I mean,
that?
that's
I'll
who he
kill your
has enough to
closest
talk
friend.
to.
Well, that's the
know,
thing, Justin. I
one's
don't really
closest
listen
to
to people that aren't me.
yeah, I know. We've
See,
we've
and-
covered that.
This is why when somebody says, "Oh, John Eric's a grump," and you're like, "Why you guys say that?" I mean, I feel like that last
We have a
pretty-
plethora of evidence, and it's
pretty
recorded. We have a
solid
video
evidence.
Yeah. Yep. Correct.
being
don't-
recorded right now. You can go listen. In,
I don't think
in
that
live
I'm,
4K.
I don't
stream.
think that I'm grumpy. I think that I have I have a keen grasp on my own experience.
And it sucks.
I mean, yeah.
It's that brutal honesty
Well,
that we come here. For.
Anyways, on that happy note,
Speaking of happy notes, now I'll save it till after we cut the broadcast. It'll be more dramatic and
I'll
suspenseful.
save it till after we cut Mike.
Wait, no, that was the happy note. What's the other one?
How dare you spoil it, Mike? I'll cut you.
Wait, we started on the good foot? Oh, damn.
Oh, we're going in spicy tonight, John.
Oh, it's fine.
We're
I'll
gonna
just do
leave
the.
spicy too.
I know that the rest of you aren't really into wrestling, but if you ever
I
read,
am,
if you ever read
surprisingly.
Mick Foley's book, he talks about his heel run as Cactus Jack, and he goes, "But I decided," and he's like, "that the thing about Cactus Jack is that the audience loves him because I do Cactus Jack things, which is I just jump off of everything. I basically hurt my body to get people to love me." And
That's messed up.
and he goes, "So I decided that I needed to change my entire style when I did a Cactus Jack heel run. So I only did headlocks. That's it. Every match, no punches, no kicks, no jumps, no nothing. Just headlocks." And so, like, I think that as a DM, you got to be able to do the RPG equivalent of that to just calm everybody down once in a while. Just like, oh, hey, everybody's real excited, not really paying attention. 30 minutes of headlocks. Let's do this.
Nice.
All I'm hearing is that John is willing to commit himself to just being in an awful position, provided that the rest of us come along with him.
I'm not happy till you're not happy.
I see. There we go. I just needed it stated explicitly.
This
I
is
mean-
why he and I are friends. I'm never happy.
And so I'm always happy.
I'm not always happy.
So John, when did you discover that you were an emotional vampire?
So, like,
What was it, like teenage years? Did you go to a friend's house and then like not be
he
able to
met
walk
me.
through?
I'm
without-
not sure. I'm not sure if it's emotional vampire. Like, I feel like
I mean,
because he
that's-
doesn't sap the happiness from you.
Don't feel
Right.
that fuels the John.
So I think if you grew up basically like being a
Ever.
troll on the internet, you kind of became an emotional vampire because it's very easy to go, if I irritate all these people, that's funny. And yeah. And so like you'd go into games and you just be an ass to everybody, and it was entertaining and it was fun. And then you realize that kind of makes you a shitty person, so you stop doing it. But
Sometimes.
yeah, sometimes. Like now I do it, but now I do it with you guys, and it's way funnier because like now that we've built that relationship, tearing it apart and then like band-aiding the little cracks in it, that's pretty great.
As we've established, John Eric has
healthy.
a lot of experience in bandaging cracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Talking about him smiling again. Don't make it gross.
Yeah. What are you doing? Come on. I even gave you a timestamp so you can
Yeah.
go listen to it again.
He wasn't talking
No.
about my cone head like ass. Come on.
I didn't even know you had one of those.
Oh, come on, Travis. It's on the brochure.
Hey, you know what? I skipped that brochure when I heard and come. Nah, I think this is good enough for me.
To be fair, it's been over a year since we've seen each other in person. So yeah.
Sure.
And what a year it's been.
Man, it has been a long time.
I saw
since I've
Andy
seen
just
the Conan
yesterday.
movie, and I think
How
that's
dare
probably
you.
good.
Where? What was I doing?
We can't get into this now.
Anyways, just to start off the stream, Toronto.
Toronto.
And now
You can't do that
we can
audibly.
begin.
This one's just for Starch Bomb. Toronto. And now we'll move along. Yeah, when she told me that, I was like, this is fantastic, and I have to tell Mike. So, anyways, let's see. Was there anything of note rules-wise that we need to clarify? Well, there's the totem thing. So, we talked on stream about whether somebody can here, I'll just draw this. Like if there's a wall here and Lumio's here and he drops a totem, can he affect somebody on this side of the wall? And I talked to the devs of Spheres and they said no. Totems are a spread that's directly from that totem. So if something's blocking it, it doesn't work. So there is a module in Spheres that is supposed to allow templates to actually like interact with walls correctly, and I installed that module and it's not working. So
Cool.
or sorry, there's a module in Foundry that's supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not working. So we'll have to figure out a way to do that.
Yeah.
And then other thing is that I had somebody ask me, since we had it down at the bottom, we had like Lumio. They were like, so a lot of the times I'm referring to all of you by your first name, and not by your character name. So it was asked if I could put everybody's first name there. So now everybody's first name is next to the character. And
Oh, cool.
I
Man,
guess
private.
I guess I could even do this one so that my name is next to GM. So now, like when we say, you know, Justin, everybody will be able to know that Justin is Zeract or whatever. I bet this just changed all my stuff.
I guess sort of contingent with that is that it falls on us to, when addressed by name, to describe things from the character
Yeah.
a little more frequently. So I just want to take a second to acknowledge that, because if you're like, so Justin, what do you do? I mean, I think the expectation should be, well, Zerect, picks up the shovel and
Yeah.
and clock standard.
And in general, I'll try to refer to you, all of you, by your character names, but that definitely won't happen 100% of the time. So
Yeah.
We're all human.
all right. So
I mean, except for Mike.
That's fair.
hey, yeah. So last week, the group went. Did you guys go to room number 5? I believe you did. Hold on.
We did not go to 5.
You did not go to
Wanna-
5. I'll leave that.
Which one is 5?
5 is the one
Oh, I see.
near
Yeah,
the
we didn't go
mushrooms.
up there.
My bad. So everybody went and examined this merchant house over here. And after examining the merchant house, they decided that they were going to sleep for a bit, and so they went over here and they slept, and then they woke up and they were like, well, we might as well check out the other side of the city, because we know we're going to be doing the castle last, so let's go over there. So they decided they were going to come over here to the building that Sharut and Zeract identified as this is some sort of barracks or training ground or something. And as they're heading over, they see this shadow of this creature with sort of glowing blue eyes and a great sword that's wreathed in blue flames. And they see it fighting something. It's swinging the sword, and the sword's kind of disappearing. So the kind of supposition is that it's disappearing into something. And then they see the creature go back inside of this. And when they get there, the creature is a hobgoblin death knight who is not immediately aggressive or violent. The death knight is sort of just sitting there. It doesn't really respond, doesn't necessarily look at people or say much. until certain things happen, like somebody who is unworthy attempts to bring weapons into the training ground. And then it moves like it's going to respond violently, and people panicked and would stop doing that thing. So after a while, it would go back out and it would fight stuff. The team used these opportunities to like search this area, and they found out that yes, it is a sparring ground. It is sort of a training yard for the empire that was here. They find a kitchen, they find some sleeping rooms, and one of the times when it leaves, Dandrin decides he's going to sneak into the sort of the offices, and while he's in there, he breaks into a desk and steals a journal and some pens and some frozen ink, and he isn't able to find much else because he's unable to pick the other locks, and so he then sneaks back out, and the group decides, all right, we're gonna head out of here. And so they head out of 6 and they come up this way, and they find this thing that's sort of a graveyard. Basically, there's a lot of old frozen non-decaying bodies that are just stacked here, like cordwood style, just rows of them, and they move past that, and then they go up here to this building, and they decide that they're going to try the front door. Delian tries the front door. Delian rolls like Delian was rolling all last week, which was not great. And then he goes, well, that's me. And so Dandrin goes, all right, well, then I'm going to break it. And we decided that's where we're going to kind of stop for the night. And so now we are currently outside of this building. And we are apparently getting ready to break down the door, Dandrin?
Well, I was getting set up for it, but of course, as I pointed out of character, it's not just like I immediately take off the thing and just start whacking at it. Dandrin takes his time. He looks for the optimal spot to start hitting. He is an engineer, after all, in addition to his blacksmithing. So he's not just gonna, barbarian whack in the door. He's gonna focus up on it. So if someone sees him doing this and is like, hey, wait, this isn't a good idea, they can stop him. But yes, his intention, if unstopped, is to, figure out where he's going to attack and then you start taking down the door.
Okay. Can you give me a engineering and architecture roll, please?
We do have actually one matter of business before that. I have to roll hit points.
Oh yes. Sorry.
You got 2 ones.
Noah was gone last week, and so we just sort of puppeted Sharut, but he's back now. Real quick, Noah, you want to go over the things that Sharut got in his level?
Sure. So not super eventful, but I grabbed Uncanny Dodge because I don't want to be picked up by a scary flying bird monster.
Weird.
And
Oh,
hey,
I don't
being
like
able
it.
to,
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't care if you don't like it. I like it. I don't want to be picked up by a scary bird monster. Not
Pick
fun.
a different thing.
Yeah. No.
Change your
Vetoed.
feet.
Sorry.
The group has spoken.
Well,
I haven't
shit.
spoken, but I agree with the group.
Oh, there we go. That's consensus. All right.
Okay, well, I guess I'll pick something else. But my knack I picked up was expert healing, and
Mhm.
not only does that add half my class level to all of my heal checks, but whenever a creature regains hit points in excess of whenever I use the heal skill or my salves, they gain that many hit points as temporary hit points equal to 1 hour per class level of Scholar.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
So if I heal you for 15 and you only had 9 points of damage, hey, you got yourself some 6. You got got 6 temporary hit points for the next 4 hours. So good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm gonna have to start coming down on you guys so hard. Like,
What?
your
No.
healer is so good, and Dandrin breaks all the weapons and the armor, and Lumio's useful now, and I don't like it.
Hey,
I
that's
currently
seen yet.
Hey. Hey.
I currently have one major limitation, and that is I can only enact the what is it? The hang on, feature name, medical training, so long as I have charges of a healer's kit. And I only have 3 charges left on my healer's kit. So
Womp womp.
I feel getting what is it? Was it a doctor's waistcoat or something like that?
Yeah.
Getting that item that allows me to have infinite is probably should be paramount to party survival, but that's just my suggestion.
Well, I'm not gonna go out of my way for it.
Well, yeah, that's because you're man made of metal.
Thank you.
He's
Thank
a
you
man
for
made of metal.
understanding.
A metal man, if you will.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Noah, please go ahead and roll 1d6 for Sharut's hit points.
Don't roll. Damn it.
I think I'll take that 4.
I'll let you take the 4, I guess.
You're so kind.
All right. Well then, jam forks and jelly spoons. Let's get going. Dandarin,
I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just call me?
you heard.
Jam fork. Get used to it.
Unless you're a jelly spoon, I don't know the difference.
Dandarin, you're fairly certain that part of the reason why this door has the scratch marks that it has on it and the gouges in it, and hasn't budged, is not just due to the fact that it's frozen over, but you're able to kind of like peer through the very, very kind of tight crack that's in between the doors, and you have the lantern that I believe it's Tertia right behind you is holding, and you're able to see that this is also barred from this side. Now, you are very skilled at breaking things. This would not keep you out. It would just take a little bit longer.
But it would delay me noticeably, right?
So here's the thing. Because you're you, not really. Like, so, like, this is legitimately something that I had to look into. You do to objects so much more damage than trolls and umber hulks and anything that might have tried to get into this door does. Like, your troll's rolling like a d6 plus 4, and you're rolling like a d8 plus 3 plus 2d6. You would be delayed by this, but not to the point where it would like really, really slow you down all that much.
Okay.
You've just noticed that that's a fact.
Oh.
So, while Dandarin is sort of priming himself and examining his target, can I get from everyone else, please, a perception check? And this perception check is going to be at a -6 penalty.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
That was a good roll for me.
Same.
That was a good roll for you. That was a 17. All right.
Lumio, I
Tertia,
feel like
what's
you
up?
did the wrong thing.
Tertia,
Yep,
Sharut,
I did.
and Delian. The three of you are pretty sure that you hear kind of a low, pained, grunting sounds from the southwest of you.
Okay.
So it's not exactly a scream of pain. It's more just like this, like, ugh! And it's sort of coming from the southwest.
Hey,
It was
Dandrin.
that noise specifically? Like
Yeah.
a grunting noise of pain from a person?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe-
Percy would be like, hey, I'm going to go this way.
Yeah, maybe you hold off on that. There seems to be maybe another human being down here, and we should probably go save them. You know.
Yeah, there might be survivors. I did not come down here alone.
Should
Oh.
agree.
Of course, yes. If they're survivors, we must go help them. Let's just go back to the door. I'm coming back for you.
No, I don't think you are.
What? Did that door do something to you?
So weird. Just like lovingly caress the door. You and me later.
It's going to happen.
I know you're made out of wood, but we can fix that.
All right. So what you find that you're on right there, Tertia, is a bridge that's about 30 feet above the cavern floor. And it looks like that bridge is, unless you fancy some rock climbing, pretty much the only way to get over here to this southwestern building.
Yeah, I don't I don't like rock climbing, so I'll take the bridge.
That makes sense. All right, then I will get everybody over there. I'm going to have to jump to the training room one to grab tokens real quick, and then put everybody on the bridge. Except for Dandarin, who just fell to his death.
Oh no, Dandrin!
No,
Shame.
no, I have a
Never
climbing kit.
going
I climb.
Wait, he took 30 points of damage and came right back up again.
Ouch, Sharut.
You're
I
fine.
brought a boo boo.
Walk it off.
That seems reasonable.
So what you guys are seeing as you're crossing the bridge is
You
wide.
didn't switch us over.
Oh, I did the thing where I switched all the tokens and then didn't switch the players, and
Yep.
now I've switched the players and they can see all the
Oh,
stuff.
what a high resolution bridge this is.
Look at that high
Nice.
resolution bridge.
Wow.
The bridge
So
is very high resolution, so crisp, so clean. Like I said, it's a pretty long fall off either side, but for any who have been to Sharn, this is nothing, literally nothing. The building in front of you is made of carved brick. It looks like it definitely has some damage. What you are seeing is that parts of the wall have been kind of like torn away or brought down by something. The doors are open and there's a pair of statues that are right in front of the doors that are closest to the bridge. And that's pretty much all you can see from where you are.
Well, let's get a closer look. As I approach, I am keeping my ears open since they mentioned that they heard screams. So typically, when you hear screams or cries of distress, there's something distressing. So
Grunts of pain.
What do these statues look like?
So they look like a pair
Merchant
of
bought them.
they look like a pair of hobgoblin. They are carved to look like basically a male and a female. Both look so they're sort of worn and ice covered. It's hard to get a good view of everything, but you're basically able to tell by sort of the body shape and the poses and the size disparity between the two that one is carved as a woman, the other is carved as a male.
Sharut is going to try and brush off the distinguishing features, so like face area, to
Okay.
get a better look at them, and then knowledge history.
Sure. Go ahead and give me. How long are you spending brushing away this stuff?
I'd say he would grab like a rag from his pack to help him out.
That is not a measurement of time.
I know. But I maybe
the statues aren't going to go anywhere, Sharut.
Like-
We can check them on the way out. There are people
yeah,
who need our
a
help.
couple seconds to see what he can get off.
You brush some of the like snowy bits off, and it looks like an ice covered statue.
Okay. Well, knowledge history.
I'll wait then when he
Give
gets
me a
home.
knowledge history and a -4. No idea.
Oh.
Maybe if you could actually like get through the ice, but at the moment nothing. So while Sharut is doing that, I don't like this because it's. Oh no, wait, it's naming. That's weird. The name of your pointers is your actual name and not your character name.
That is weird.
That is really weird.
Wait,
I also noticed when we joined the game, we didn't select our character names either. We actually selected our names,
Well, yeah,
which
that's
I thought was unusual.
yeah, that's intended.
Was there an update?
No, I went over
I mean,
this.
in
It
a
was by
sense.
request. Yeah, that's weird. Anyway,
Aha!
so while Sharut is doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm going inside.
All
I
right.
enter.
Yeah.
Well, I follow the group.
Yeah,
Uh,
lag
oh,
behind a little bit.
Okay, so for
Oh,
those
dear.
who are going inside, what you see as you're entering is this is a building that saw a lot of conflict. Entire walls have been turned into rubble. There are sort of pushed over portions that have just hit the floor and shattered, and there is a good amount here of it looks to be, well, blood, judging by the stains. A lot of it has sort of frozen over and kind of merged with, like just the piles and the piles and the more that you're seeing. However, if you can all give me perception check here for Zoract and Dandarin and Tertia as you're entering.
Mm-hmm.
Dandarin and Zoract, you're noting that there is a trail of the blood that has not quite frozen. It's sort of just kind of steaming on the ice very lightly.
Looks like we've got live ones there.
Sharut, we're going to need you here.
Tertia's just
I
gonna
try and see.
start calling out names from the expedition she was part of.
Okay.
I'm going to try and see if I can see if which way the trail was dragging.
Yeah. Give me a survival check. Man, there's a lot of blood. It's incredibly hard to tell. Yeah. Zoract, when you move a little bit farther into the room, I believe you have one of the lanterns on, don't you?
I do. I am
Yes.
currently broadcasting light.
When you move a little bit farther into the room, you're able to see
This?
yeah. So basically, what this is it looks like sort of a burrow, but the burrow is made out of kind of frozen pieces of like furniture and bone and some sort of like gross looking brown white waste material that has all just sort of been coated or slopped together with this mass of blood. In addition, you see, and I will put down in the locations where you see them, 3. Wow, that is really big. Why is that the wrong size? 1 second here. I don't know why this is such an awful size.
Oh God, it was gigantic.
It really was.
It's a huge man.
On a horse.
In addition, you see a trio of bodies. This northern one is quite small and has already sort of been like kind of half devoured and pushed up against the nest structure. This smaller one, the southern one right here is a little bit bigger and has not been pushed up against it. It's just dead, and it's clearly freshly dead. This one right here looks to be like it's moving, not moving, sorry, like it was in the middle of moving away when it expired. So that's what you see from where you are. You don't see what caused this, you just see those.
Dandrin, it's probably in this den over here. Whatever killed these people.
Oh, you think?
Logically,
It's a
yes.
good guess.
Rick can take a real quick peek down here.
Sure.
Just make sure our flanks are secure, Zoract.
All right. While they're doing that, Lumio and Delian, who are bringing up the rear, are you doing anything of note?
Not standing outside by ourselves, that's for damn sure.
That's for sure. I was just waiting until there was room.
Okay.
But yeah, basically following up the back. Not feeling too well, so trying not to really stretch my neck out if I don't have to.
Makes sense. I will get you better tokens so you can kind of tell them apart. Here, this will be the right size, but is not a Kinku. And there you go. Yeah. So, I will say for everybody down here, like on this lower level, every time you attempt to move, I'm going to need acrobatics checks from you. So basically, sort of starting now.
Okay.
So, Zoract, you are at the sort of the right location for this. Can I get you to give me a perception check?
Yes.
Yes. So you see something inside the nest. It looks like a large bug, and you can't fully make it out. You're basically only able to see the back of the thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're seeing like sort of a chitin of overlapping green and many, many legs.
Is that that doesn't sound like I have enough of a description to make a knowledge check, so I will refrain from attempting.
Okay, sounds good.
But Direct will just do a quick Dandrin. It's definitely in there. It looks like a bug of some kind.
Duly noted.
If this is finishing people off, we should probably stop it before it does so. Everybody ready up?
Get back.
What do you mean get back? You
Oh,
can't
he's
do
doing
anything-
that thing.
You can't do anything explosive. There may be a person in there.
Should think if person in there already gone.
We can't know that.
If you throw an explosive, they definitely will be. Look, I'd love to walk in and breathe fire as well, but it's not a good plan. Let's
Not think we hear scream?
provoke it out, and then perhaps you can dash around the side and see if there's anybody that's stuck inside. Dandrin, would you mind doing the honors?
Sure. Hold on a second. Do I fall?
You do not.
Hey.
Yeah, so you're able to move forward, and it is definitely touch and go there. You do kind of,
Do that like little wobble thing.
yeah,
where it
you
goes
do
down to
you do the wobble thing where you're like,
Careful, it's slick.
and you can't see it from where you are. The entryway is basically here, so you'll have to move to one of these squares to be able to actually look in.
Ah,
And what you see is this creature, and the creature is to give you a description, the creature looks to be some sort of bug. It is probably about 12 feet long and about a meter wide. It has dozens of legs up and down the side of it, and then it has these 4 splaying tentacles that are surrounding a fanged maw that's sort of like a lamprey eel.
right.
And it is
I'll just
covered.
describe it as I'm
is-
seeing it.
It is just covered in wounds, and it looks to be very, very still.
It's some kind of terrible bug creature. Looks wounded. It's got some tentacles around a fang in the mouth. Eye stalks. 4 clawed mandibles, it looks like. Or maybe those are tentacles. Good God, I can't tell. And just a bunch of legs on the side with green chitinous armor. About a meter wide and 12 feet long, I'd say. I don't know why I changed metrics there. I'll try again.
I don't know
It's
why. I
about a
did
meter
either.
wide and 4
Shock,
meters
it's
long.
fine. We get it. It's a scary bug.
Danner,
Anyway.
can you give me a perception check, please?
Sure.
So you are noticing that there is when you kind of like move around a little bit to get a better view of this thing, you're noticing that this thing currently has a trio of weapons stuck in it. There is some sort of, you're guessing it's a sword that's kind of like basically you can see the hilt kind of under it. So it's either a sword or sort of an oddly made mace or something like that that has a crossguard. You're also seeing that stuck in its head in the top to the hilt is, based on the size of the handle, some sort of dagger, and sticking in the front of the creature is an axe that is, the blade is driven in a couple inches. It doesn't look to be a very big axe. This is the famed dwarven bow sort of axe, meaning that it is a hatchet.
Throw an axe.
Yeah, it's a throwing axe. I mean, what else would you call a throwing axe? It's a dwarven bow.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's like you're not seeing the creature move, and you're seeing that, well, if it's a normal type of thing, usually the brain's at the top and there's a knife in the top.
I doubt highly this is a normal type thing.
Seems presumptuous.
At least a dark type. All right.
This creature seems to be very dark type.
Possibly bug.
Do I see it? Has it pulled anything inside? Is there someone in there?
Not from what you can see. It doesn't look like there's an actual another body in there.
All right. It looks pretty hurt. Should I go ahead?
See anyone else?
No.
If attack, suggest with bomb first.
True.
I mean, if you hit it, it's gonna try to hurt you, and well, very few things other than apparently an oven can do that.
It not know
Indeed.
where bomb came from.
All right. We'll try it your way. Hold on.
Any other cool treasures and
Okay,
stuff in there?
It looks like some
Well,
weapons
also
were dug
explain.
inside of the creature. Well, here's the thing. As long as they're not obliterated completely, I can just fix them.
It also makes a lot of noise, and maybe there's more of those things there. I'm just saying.
Or something worse. I kind of agree. Let's not make as much noise as we can.
Oh, for God's sakes, could you make up your mind before I walk over there?
Roll
I mean,
again.
yeah,
So-
just kill it. If it's not
Ah,
dead.
Dandred.
damnation. To fall on my ass.
Fantastic. Dandred, can you please give me a fortitude save?
No. Damn all of you. Yeah. Is this against a poison or magical effect?
1 second. I'm checking.
I love it.
So, hold on.
Holding.
This is a 3.5 monster that was never properly ported over to Pathfinder.
And what is it
Maintaining
doing
hold.
here?
Maintaining
Take it
So-
back.
So
I
it's
proceed to maintain hold.
one of the 11. There were, I believe, it's 11 monsters that were not ported over to Pathfinder because they are copyrighted. So
Good beholders.
Beholders was one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is not a poison. It is just an. Yeah. So can you give me a fort save, please?
Yes.
Jesus.
Oh,
All right.
That'll
So
do
yeah, you sort of walk along and you kind of like get to over here, and like this thing's tentacles are all like coming out of this thing, and you go to gingerly step over this, and you slip on a pile of that or on a pool of the fresh blood, and just sort of fall on your butt, and you're fine. You have to
All
get
right.
back up, but you're fine. You land right on the tentacle that's coming out of there, and you don't see this thing move. So I mean, you have a whole dwarf fall on your tentacle. You can assume that if you have pain receptors in that tentacle, you probably notice.
Would you describe this creature as helpless?
It looks pretty helpless, considering that it's just sort of like laying there on the ground.
I'll
just
go
kind of-
ahead and get my bar dish ready and ready a coup de grace.
Okay.
He's just tired.
You
Just tuck it up.
you ready a coup de grace, and then you thwap. You kind of cleave in right where next to where the dagger's at, and yeah, you're good to go.
And yeah, I'll just double tap. Look, just to be safe, there's aberrations about.
Okay.
Whap.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, I
you,
think it's safe.
you put a big axe in it. It's if it was alive, it's not anymore.
All right.
Do you have
I
knowledge
will then-
dungeoneering, by the way?
I do not, but
Okay.
I was going to say, everyone come over here, take a gander.
Now that I've
Very
annihilated
carefully,
the
it's like-
specimen, tell me what the specimen was.
Fine.
And then I will also retrieve all the, like, while they're examining the creature, I'll collect all the stuff, so all the weapons, and I'll double check on them.
Sounds good.
Oh, this is
So you take those, and then I'm assuming you move out of the way so they can get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just because it'd be funny. I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah. So the one that was kind of half covered looks to be a rapier that is currently the blade, due to the weight of the creature and the way it was sitting on there, the blade is bent at kind of a terrible angle. But you're able to take out the dagger and the hatchet and do just fine with those. They seem like they're in fine condition. The lot of you, as you move over, are just fine. For those who can see in there, looks like there was a bug, some sort of like weird bug monster that looks like an overgrown earwig kind of thing, and now it looks to be very, very dead.
Dungeoneering.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it for me. Sharut, not Tertia. Tertia, no idea, nothing at all.
Pretty sure that's a goblin.
I've heard of these.
No, it's,
That's a goblin. I'm a goblin. No, but that's like a pureblood goblin. They're real dangerous. So, Sharut, you know this creature as a carrion crawler. Same with you, Delian. Carrion crawlers are they're looked upon less favorably than otugs, even though both of them do pretty much the same thing. So, a lot of cities will keep otugs in their sewer system because otugs just eat garbage, right? They just eat refuse and dead bodies and whatever else that you might find in a sewer. Carrion crawlers pretty specifically only eat bodies, and if they can't find them, they'll make them, and they're real good at making them because their tentacles paralyze people. Their tentacles paralyze pretty much anything, and it paralyzes them for a long time. And so what they tend to do is just kind of whap you with their tentacles, and when you're paralyzed, they just drag you off and just kind of slowly consume you.
Damn.
Um,
I read about these in a book once.
Goblins, yeah, they're real scary.
I mean,
Used to
sure.
run the world, these goblins.
This is a carrion crawler. It's a lot of cities keep them in sewers and stuff to when they can't afford otugs, and they basically consume corpses, and they have a tendency, if they go a little bit too long without having some, they make their own. So that's probably what's been happening here.
Not goblin.
Yeah,
Definitely not a pure blood goblin.
And Delian and Sharut, both of you know that with that training yard next to you, where the Death Knight is continually making bodies, and with that stack of corpses that were like just left out there, the location of something like this nearby makes sense. Like it would have a plentiful supply.
Is it harvestable?
You can give me a survival check.
I will use a charge of my kit to get a +2.
Okay, sure. So looking at it, there's not much to take from it. The hide is not extremely protective. The paralytic effect that it has is weird because it's not magical, but it's also not poison. It's just a thing it can do. So you're looking at this for something worthwhile to hide, or to harvest, and you're not finding much. There's just like this thing is just an abomination. And if they were useful, someone might breed them somewhere, but as it is, they're mostly just useful for eating corpses.
Mage bred carrion crawlers.
Oh god.
That's fucking amazing.
Charging across the plains.
That's a terrifying thought.
Yeah, give him the increased movement and then use it as a mount. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the good shit.
Well, I mean, the thing is that these things aren't slow. They move at 30 feet.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, but at moving at 40 feet, that's basically a horse.
yeah, there you go. So yeah, Sharut, you're looking at this. There's not much worth taking from it. If Sharut really wants to grab a couple of like teeth or something so that he has a trophy, you can. But otherwise, there's just nothing worth taking.
Nah, he doesn't need a trophy.
Okay.
He'll probably be like, carcass useless. Suggest searching other bodies. And he'll check to see if they're alive, but he doesn't have high hopes. Like, they're deads.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a heal check for this one, and then this one, and then that one.
Okay, 3 heal checks coming up. 22.
So
25.
the
and
guy next to you,
26.
this is it's a human male, pretty burly too, and what you can kind of get is that he is dead, but he is very recently dead. It looks like he probably bled out very recently, to the point where like his body is warm. He has multiple wounds from the tentacles, and you see bite marks on various bits of him. So it looks like what happened is that he mostly just bled to death as he was trying to sort of crawl away. On this one, this is a half-orc female, and you're getting kind of similar vibes from her, that she is very recently deceased, and given the rigidity of both of these bodies, you think that they were probably like wounded, and then just like, I'm going to inflict bleed on you and then paralyze you and then leave you here. So it looks like that's what happened to both of them. For this one, this is a smaller body. It is a gnome male, and that one has he is definitely not a recent snack. The gnome male has been sort of chomped on for a bit. Sharut would estimate it at least a couple days.
Tercia, you travel with half-orc female and human.
Probably.
Yeah, Tercia, these were all people that were in, if not your personal band, they are people that were in like the general House Thrash band. So you might not have intimately known any of them, but like all of you kind of went in at the same time.
Yeah. This is probably them.
Seeing as he can't bring back the dead, he'll start searching the bodies.
Well, yeah.
All right. So on the human male, you find that of the three of them, it looks like this guy was the actual miner. He's got a pack with a pickaxe and rope and pitons, and he's got basically a couple days worth of rations, and he also has kind of, well, not on him, but you can find it kind of over in this area. He's got a this sort of lantern that has a basically a little like flick that you can have it cast a very quick light on itself. He has identification papers in his pack. Apparently his name is Tessin, and he was a citizen of New Seer.
I'll grab the papers.
Okay. For this one, the half-orc female also has papers. These are not in her pack. She doesn't seem to have a pack, but they're kept in a small bag on her belt pouch, along with about 30 coins. Her name is Umbel Koss. So I'll write names. I'll stop clicking people too. Her name is Umbel Koss. Umbel Koss is listed as also being a citizen of New Seer. Judging by the sort of loops on her belt and the sheath on her belt, she was the owner of the hatchet and the knife. She is also, if you care and wish to strip the body, wearing a suit of masterwork studded leather armor. This one is a small gnome with very extremely weather-beaten skin. Like, this might be the first time he's been inside in decades. And just like that sort of like the Clint Eastwood eyes, where it's like, even if this man were alive and his eyes were open, they wouldn't be that open. Head very shaved on the sides, and it's kind of, he sort of has this whole thing where he's got essentially a fairly thin mohawk, a fairly thin mustache, and a fairly thin goatee. He is also dressed in a suit of padded armor, so just a gambeson. He's got a frog on his belt for a rapier, and he has a backpack with a small doctor's kit in it. And in addition to the doctor's kit, he has a pair of healing potions that are basically attached to the side of the doctor's kit. He's got a set of identification papers that name him as a citizen of New Seer, and his name is Tekis Osbekist Isakast.
I'm definitely going to need you to spell that one. Osbekist Isakast. That is a name.
That is a name. Gnome names are really fun in Eberron.
Mm-hmm.
So that doctor's kit, is there anything?
It's a healer's kit with 8 charges in it.
Yes.
It just also has for those super serious cases, it has a pair of potions next to it.
I mean, Chirrut's gonna take the potions and the healer's kit.
Okay.
His
so,
options for healing himself are
Uh,
limited.
Sharut has Sharut spent a lot of time at any of the House Jarasco facilities or hospitals since he sort of left the catch?
Remind me of what,
They're the
Trent?
halfling house that does healing.
I don't think he has.
Okay.
No, I don't think he has, because
Sounds
he's
good.
more of like a combat medic.
Okay. Sounds good.
Combat surgeon.
Then yeah, you are. This is kind of a standard issue Jarasco doctor's kit. It just looks like he's used a little bit. And if you search the body well enough, it looks like he's used a little bit to attempt to patch up himself. So yeah. So that's what you find searching the bodies. While Sharut is doing that, Delian, are you doing anything?
What I was probably going to be doing is moving over here and then kind of just clearing out, sort of scooting along, clearing out the areas, like going along, making sure the rest of the place is clear.
Sure thing. So down here, you're not seeing much except for like basically a pair of shattered tables with some shattered chairs next to them. It doesn't look like there's much.
Okay.
So you want to head up and start moving this way?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have to clear the walls. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. And open this door if I can.
All right. Yeah, door's
It is
already
open.
open actually. So when you go in, it looks like there were some shelves that held something. You don't see whatever they held. You're just seeing the remains of the shelves.
Yeah.
However, these look like fresh breaks, and you're realizing that the reason that they're fresh breaks is because there's a hole in the ceiling right here. So it looks like something fell on.
And the thing that's there is not there anymore.
Correct.
Well, that's wonderful. We'll just close that right up and carry on.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot more of the the rubble and sort of like the blood trails type of thing over here. All right, and I'll stop you there and jump to somebody else real quick. All right, Lumio.
Yeah.
While they're searching the bodies and Delian's doing a wall walk, are you doing anything?
I don't have a lamp, so the best I can do is explore areas that are lit up.
Do you want mine?
Yes.
Take it. It's yours. I have my own light source.
Tertia,
Thank
can
you for
give me
coming
an
over
acrobatics
here.
check?
Definitely.
Sure.
You're fine.
Holy! You improved the ground you walked on. Good job.
You see Tertia put her foot down and then push off with the other foot and just sort of no blade ice skate over to you and hand you the lamp.
Just a graceful pirouette along the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then I will start exploring the back rooms this way.
Yeah. All right. One
Very
second. Let me
Gingerly.
remove Tertia's glow, and I will put that glow on you.
And I'll immediately just open up one of my bottles of flame ink and put it on myself.
Hate you. Can you guys change your own vision? Like, can you add a
No.
You can't add light to
Wouldn't
yourself?
even know how to do that.
You definitely.
can.
We don't have access to the character tokens.
Oh.
I can do this.
So if you go if you go into your token, like if you open your sheet at the top right, it'll say token, and if you click token and then you go into vision,
You assume that we have the ability to look at tokens.
okay,
Yeah, I don't.
cool. You
we don't have a
absolutely
token
don't have
situation.
tokens. Sounds good. Well, Lumio has he has a bright vision now. So, Lumio,
Yeah.
you're seeing Delian walk the wall while they're checking the bodies.
Got
You
that
have light.
handled.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going this way.
Okay.
I assume that's just difficult terrain, or is there specific obstruction?
It's difficult terrain, but can you give me a climb or acrobatics check to get over it? It is sort of unstable rubble that you can't really determine as unstable until you just kind of pop over.
Hey, those are both the same, so I'm gonna do a climb check
Alrighty.
by clicking this button. Normal.
All right. Lumio,
Shit.
you
Taking a tumble.
Yeah, you kind of start to climb over this, and as you do, you realize that it's very, very not stable, and you get that realization as the pile kind of shifts and you go tumbling off it. And
Oh boy. Ow.
yeah, you just kind of go ass over tea kettle and just end up on your back. It's not extremely painful, but can you give me a perception check, please?
Sure. I say that.
Okay. You're on your back.
Well, I get to my feet, I guess.
This room looks like it basically had some statues in it. Because you see like basically a plinth over here, and you see another plinth over here. And when you're kind of looking at the ground right here, it looks like those statues might have been moved to try to block whatever door was here or something, and that something decided to slam through the wall to get it down.
They had a bit of a dandering on their hands.
Yeah, they somebody went a little danderish, but so because you're basically seeing like carved stone pieces that resemble kind of body parts. Like you'll see like a carved stone face or a carved foot, that sort of.
All right, I will struggle to my feet. If I find that the ground is very slippery, I will daintily clobber off of it and then stand up.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pick yourself up just fine. Like I said, you have a pair of plinths in here, but other than that, this room is pretty bare.
Anything catch my eye on the plinths, or just standard?
No, not really. Like the plinths, it looks like the plinths were constructed separate from whatever they were holding. Like maybe the pieces were sort of rotated out,
Okay.
and whatever was on them was moved somewhere else. So the plinths themselves don't have any sort of plaque or anything. They're just
Okay.
It's basically just a small like 2x2 square, and then over in the corner there's like another one that's like a 2x2 circle.
All right. I'll work my way around this wall.
All right.
And just kind of keep poking.
Cool. And while you're doing that, Delian, you seeing that Lumio has basically the same idea that you do.
Yeah.
It looks like something has shattered the door that was here, and you can kind of see the trail of that. Everything is still ice covered. This wasn't a recent break, so like whatever happened in this room over here.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're seeing like rubble, and then you see that part of the wall over here and bits of a stone door have been essentially kicked in. This room looks like it was much the same as the room that I just described to Lumio. There's essentially a plinth over here that doesn't have a statue on it, and then you're seeing like bits of statue kind of over here.
Damn.
And so as Lumio's coming around that way, what are you doing?
Well, I would like to head in, but
Okay.
I'm assuming it's a lot less rubble.
There's a lot less rubble in this area.
Yeah.
There's definitely more over here.
Well, what I'd probably do is just head here to check in the room and,
Okay.
not really try.
Sure.
'Cause it looks like everything's just kind of been trashed.
Yeah. So when you look in here, you see, you can see some rubble off in this area. I believe. I don't know if you can.
No, I can't. I have to climb over.
Yeah, you would have to climb over.
All right,
so
then
what,
I'll do
what
that.
you can see. Okay. Give me a climb or acrobatics check. Your choice.
Okay. Let's just do a climb check. I lied. Acrobatics. We're definitely doing acrobatics. complete fabrication.
Okay. That's going to be enough to take you over the whole pile, and you get over it without much of an issue. You see that there's some sort of small hole in the wall that's like crafted for that purpose right there. And so this must have been the door. You see that much like what I described to Lumio, it had the statues propped up against the inside to block whatever was coming.
Yeah.
Over here in this section, it looks like something was chiseling at the roof from the inside, but you don't see a hole. You don't see a full-on hole to the outside. You see basically like big pieces of it. Pieces of the roof have sort of collapsed in right here, but it hasn't made an entire like hole out, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
And then you see of course, the blood stain right here.
Yep.
So you can give me a perception check.
Sure, I can totally do that for you. I have been working on the character. It's just been a bit slow. Sorry.
All right. So, Deleon's been around. He's seen some rough stuff. You're able to kind of put this one together of
Yeah.
somebody was in here and trying to chisel their way out, and
And got found.
they got found. Whatever they were trying to hide from, like, broke through the door, probably killed them in this room. You don't see a body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll attempt to climb back over. You want me to make another check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. And as I'm doing that, well, let me just see the acrobatics first before I say what I say. Okay. So as I'm climbing over, I'll just be looking at Lumia. It's a pleasant place here. Lots of joy, happiness, and human filling. So, there's nothing here. It's all empty. Someone tried to escape and just kind of didn't.
Well, I think, we clear out the rubble, put it on a fresh coat of paint, maybe turn on the heater. It should be fine.
I would never want to stay here.
It was sarcasm.
Oh, well
I
done.
told that you gnomes knew that.
Yeah, I thought you were being serious because you warforged. Don't do sarcasm.
I'm learning. It's hard.
Okay. Well done. You did good.
And Lumio, you're seeing that an easier way out of the room is probably to go through this bit and then
Oh.
walk around it.
Yes. Yes.
So while they're exploring everything else, Zaract or Dandrin, either one, are the two of you doing anything of note?
Zaract will do the pretty typical flashing of areas that don't contain people with detect magic.
Okay.
I'll be examining all the stuff we found. Unless it's cursed, I'm just taking 10 on appraise because I automatically get a 20 now with that.
Okay. So the rapier is just a masterwork rapier, but it currently has the broken condition. It looks like it was. It's a small masterwork rapier. The axe and the hatchet and the dagger are, when you look at them, they are paired, and by paired I mean they are intended to be used together to the point where they share the same enchantment. They are both a +1 following weapon, and essentially they allow someone to make their movement in between an attack with them, and if the first attack hits, the second attack will get a +1. If the first attack misses, the second attack will get a -1. So essentially you could like throw a knife and then move, and then you can throw the dagger and it'll like follow the trail that the knife took.
Oh, you mean the hatchet?
Or sorry. Yes, that'll follow the trail that the hatchet took.
Alright.
Yeah, they're definitely enchanted and meant to be used together.
All right.
Cool. So, and Zaract, you're not finding anything of note that's magical over here. It does look like there might still be something in here when you look this way.
Okay. Zaract will try and triangulate that into a rough area. I'm going to give you a check so that I can move. How's that? But she'll triangulate that by pausing near this body and then heading over here and trying to get like a narrowing down the cones until she can figure out where she's searching, and then since I'm assuming she's just going to dive right into the nest, that'll be the next step.
Okay. So, real quick, can you give me a oh, sorry, never mind. You rolled a 7. You're good there. So, yeah, you cast your detect magic and you start looking around. It basically just takes you a couple minutes to sort of like locate where these emanations are coming from, and essentially there's 2 of them that are, one is kind of in this area. Sorry, I double clicked and I didn't mean to. One of them is in that area, and then one of them is in that area. It looks like whatever these are, they are incorporated into the kind of like grotesque build of the nest.
Lovely. Well, Zaract will start digging in. She's going to use her Morning Star to kind of like poke at some bits with the spikes and kind of push others out of the way and really just do most of the work until she actually needs to get her hands in there, because it's gonna be
Okay.
even frozen disgusting.
Yeah, like even that's the thing about this is that the more that you kind of handle it, like the more, like if you handle one piece for too long, it does start to thaw a little bit.
Yeah.
And you find that you're basically, you know, like Zorak probably has a boot knife. You're taking a boot knife and chipping at bits of it. You are able to find a small steel cylinder. It's about 6 inches long, and it looks like it has a hinged cap on one end. And
So it looks like a scroll case.
Yes, it's a scroll case.
Okay.
And that is one of the things, and you're detecting a lot of different emanations from that. So it's not just one. It looks like there's probably multiple scrolls in there. And then over here, you're getting a transmutation effect in this area.
Okay. Well, she'll try and with the scroll case in hand, like she'll put that in the bag with the gingerly put that in the bag, trying to get as much gore off of it as possible.
Okay.
With the other scroll, and then start digging around for this transmutation.
Yeah. So what you're able to get over here is you have to like chip away at stuff and like through whatever this was built out of. And Mike just put in the chat, I wouldn't put in 2 mimics, would I? So you're able to chip at the wall, and you're able to eventually find a finger bone with a ring still on it.
Yeah, she takes it.
Okay.
Not the bone. She's gonna try and do the dirty business of like getting the ring off the finger.
I mean, it takes a bit. You might have to like roll it in your hands a little bit to kind of like warm it up, which is pretty gross. But you apply a little bit of warmth to it, and then you can pop the bone out of the inside.
Here, if you kiss it, warms it up faster.
Fucking no.
Scientifically proven to heat the metal.
Tercia, I've got a task for you.
Scientifically proven to be proven scientifically.
I don't take orders from you.
So yeah, you get the ring and you get a scroll case.
Cool. Zorak will, because she's probably got several minutes while people are continuing to fuck around. She'll take those aside and try and get some spellcraft checks to identify what they are.
Sure, go ahead and roll me the spellcraft check for the scrolls.
Mm-hmm. Do you need just one for that, or is it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say one. Yes, that'll do the thing. So there are 4 scrolls in here. They are each at a 3rd level, like cast at 3rd level. So you have 1 scroll of Bear's Endurance. You have 1 scroll of Ventriloquism. You have 1 scroll of Gust of Wind, and you have 1 scroll of Augury.
Nice.
The
obligatory. He didn't see that coming.
Hate.
Right.
That was not obligatory.
Yeah.
No. When you find a man with an augury scroll and he's dead, it's clear he fucked up. He should have used that in advance.
That guy.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
the augury scroll is to Zorak if she cares. The augury scroll is the most valuable thing in the pile because it includes the 25 gold worth of incense to cast it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me 1 for the ring.
I'm making that note about the incense, and then the ring. Awesome.
No idea. So like this is basically what you see is this.
it's the finger that was magical.
This is a.
Oh shit.
This is a. It was the finger that was I should have. But I didn't think of it until now. Yeah, it's a ring that kind of has this sort of wavy shape the whole way around, and is made of like copper with little with like a steel inlay that follows the wave, but you have no idea of what it is.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So with that, is anyone doing anything else of note?
I think Sharut would casually mention that this half-orc has Mastercraft leather armor, if anybody would like it.
No, I'm fine.
You look at the bloody body and you're like, Nah, it's cool. Like I got clothes. I'm good. Okay. So, with that, Sharut, you had a thing that you wanted to do, and now it looks like you might have the time to do it.
Yes.
So,
Does anybody have a torch?
I have something that will work as a torch. You give me 40 minutes.
I have a lantern. Will that do what you need?
I don't think that's enough. Sharut
I have
will.
It
fire
doesn't.
breath.
It does
if
not
you
give
need-
off heat.
If you need something hot, I can give you that.
I need heat, but I'd much. Can you use your fire breath? Um,
It speaks, kill it.
throw the bomb.
the indignity.
It's not. It's not our fault that those adventurers had no torches.
Can you use your fire breath multiple times a day?
Yes.
Okay.
All day I can use it. Well, it's acid breath, I guess, but like I can make it fire breath a limited number of
It
times.
still burns. So
Yeah.
Because I'd like these two statues to be unthawed, so he can have another go at trying to identify him.
Zorax ponders this for uncomfortably long. Yeah, all right, fine.
Shadow appreciate.
I'm gonna stand here so that the rest of you don't get. No. Get out of the doorway.
Huh? What? Okay.
No.
Oh.
You also. All right, the next person who walks in, it's your fault. This is not my problem. I'm
Dandrin,
I'm
go
literally
check. Doing it
throwing
on the
fire
outside.
down. Zoract is going to breathe flame over the statues.
Okay.
It is a 30-foot cone. I think it's a 30-foot. Yeah, it's a 30-foot cone, and it is fire.
Okay. And this is the dragon's breath weapon, just its element altered, right?
Yeah, so it's Azazadi's breath using the miraculous transformation from Hevworn Pervon.
Nice.
So it is fire breath.
Okay, yeah. Zoract huffs and puffs, and a gout of flame just right here. Yeah, it. You see that it's taken away a lot of the ice. There's a good amount of ice on this. It's taken away a lot, but more importantly, it's sort of like started the process of removing those layers to make it an easier thing. So doing it manually won't be nearly as hard.
Made it easier, but I could potentially make it easier. How long would it take to?
That's a great question.
That is a wonderful question. Nah. We're not gonna stay down here too long. I'll just take another check now, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that history check with a -2 instead of the -4. Okay, so you recognize this pair. And the only reason that you really like recognize them is because of the angle that Zoract blew at them from, like from the front. So it's kind of cleared away some of the rime and some of the hoarfrost that was on the front of them. The back of them is still very, very much frozen. But you recognize them as a pair of heroes within the stories of the Dakani, and they were heroes before the fall. So it's not like these are recent things. Like these were heroes in like the first 1,000 years of the Dakani Empire, and the Dakani Empire lasted for like 10,000 years, 5,000 years, something like that.
So it's very plausible that Sharut's heard these stories.
Yes. So yeah, 10,000 years. The woman is named Eska Kekrat, and Eska Kekrat is famed and well regarded as an adventurer. She was essentially one of the first great scouts for the Empire. Somebody who would go and find new places to settle, find dangerous territories where the hobgoblins and the bugbears and the goblins could earn some moot and some acha, and those being honor and duty, and like she's just this kind of legendary explorer character. The modern human equivalent would be like Magellan or like Lois and Clark or something like that. Lewis and Clark. Lois and Clark. That's a different show.
That's a very different show.
So like Magellan, Lewis and Clark, like the great explorers that people talk about, whether or not they were actually great. But the Dakani tend to have kind of a bit more truthfulness to their stories. So odds are she was actually great. She is dressed in her in the armor with the cloak that you've always heard of her having, and you see that true to the stories, she has this glove that is. The glove seems to be better carved, better sculpted than the rest of the statue, and it was known to be like her like trickster's glove. She could make things appear with it. And then next to her, the male is Imoka Moka, and Imoka Moka sort of started as her kind of squire or attaché. He was a servant. He just carried stuff for her, and along the way saved her life, and she saved his life, and they'd go on scouting parties. They would be the only two people to return, and the legend of him kind of grew as much as the legend of her, because she did what she did in service to the Empire, and he did what he did in service to her. And basically over the decades that they adventured together, they eventually became lovers, and they are one of the sort of great couples of the Dakani Empire. He is dressed in the way that he is always portrayed in the stories, as a man who is wearing like leather armor studded with rivets up and down the front and the sides. He is not currently wielding them, but he has his hands on his belt where he has a pair of hatchets, and on his head is sort of a great wolf's head, wolf skin. Imoka Moka was known to be this hobgoblin who worked as much through animals as he did through his axes. The legends just tell of him like being disarmed, being left for dead, and then charging enemies with like a horde of wolves at his side to rescue Eska from various perils that she has gotten herself into with her explorations. And you see that carved at his side is the wolf fur belt that you recognize from the stories as being this thing, like where she had the glove, he had the belt. Like that was his bag of tricks, and the glove was her glove of tricks.
Would Sharut know why these statues are here?
You not necessarily, based on what Sharut has seen of this building. Not necessarily.
Okay.
I mean, you can actually give me a knowledge history. So, like I said, with these being some of the first real heroes of the Dakani Empire, and the nice thing about the heroes of the Dakani Empire is that you can be fairly certain that they existed, and that the tales that people tell of them are far closer to truth than the tales that other cultures might tell, right? There's usually not a lot of embellishment. So if something seems outlandish, it's even more outlandish because it means that it probably happened very close to how it's being told. And from what you've seen inside, from standing, when you were standing in this area and you could like look into this area, and you saw more, it looks like this might have been a place where somebody who carved these statues either lived or worked. But these, unlike some of the other ones, like these are built onto their plinths, and they have these are permanent fixtures. So that's a common thing where, like Sharut might care about all the old heroes, but there might be one that he just really feels an affinity for. Like, I enjoy all of the old Greek heroes, but I identify with Perseus because Perseus is the one that had a true struggle or whatever, like something equivalent to that. And while you're looking this over, and Zarak, you can give this too, since you were standing there burning it a little bit. Tercia, if you would like to, as you walk by, can you give me a perception check?
I can't. I can's nuts.
How's that?
It exists as a 26. Sharut, you notice that in the statue of Eska Kekrot, that there's a small, in the base of the statue, like in the plinth that she is standing on, sort of on the side, the water seems like it's kind of dipping into something that is some sort of small opening that hasn't been fully closed.
He will push the statue.
Okay. Wait, the statue?
You said there's an opening, right? So,
yeah, it's not
like
in the statue.
statue's-
It's in. So if you have statue, and then you have thing statue is standing on. It's in the thing statue is standing on.
Oh, yeah. He'll open it.
Okay. Cool. I was like, wait, what?
Why?
Yeah. So it just takes a little bit of time. Like you have to put probably a lot of Shrut's very little muscle in to kind of like push it past the ice.
If we're talking about push here,
And
sure, we can do it.
you open it, and it looks like there's a small alcove there, but it looks like the alcove itself is empty.
Is what?
It's empty.
Oh, okay. So they're Sharut will motion Zarak over. Any magic? He is muted.
Justin, you there?
Sorry, I have been talking. Zarak will pop on over and kind of grumble, but she'll detect magic there.
Okay. Yeah, so you're like looking at the statue of Eska Kekrot?
Mhm.
Okay. So yes, but it seems to be over the entire statue. And basically,
I don't think it's just this thing. I think it's the entire statue.
what you're getting is sort of a transmutation aura. And then after that, can you give me a spellcraft check?
I can.
You can tell that it's transmutation. You can't tell what the effect is once you get to that point.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well,
Well, there you go, Sherwood. That's what I can give you.
Sharut not know what mean. He has no concept of magic.
Yeah.
Like absolutely none. So when you say transmutation, he's like, what is that? Like some sort of pie?
Is that like
Transmutation
a
is
tart?
magic that changes things, takes it from one thing and turns it to another, or that alters the way that it functions. Does that make sense?
Does make sense. You say come from whole statue?
Yes.
All right. So while this is going on, Lumio, Delian, and Dandarin, are the three of you doing anything?
No,
Can we-
peacing out.
We can go through the door now? You stop breathing fire on it?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, it was the once not enough. Okay.
Yeah. When you
I'll make sure to be more explicit.
when you come out, you see them just doing stuff. Dandarin, can you give me a perception check?
Sure. Is this to notice unusual stonework by any chance?
Dandarin, give me your check. Things are fine.
It's a legitimate question.
Things are fine. You're fine. Yeah. So, that's what you get from looking at the Eska statue. Sharut, that's what she told you from looking at the Eska statue.
I'm curious if I should try to dispel it. Because I can.
It was your people who put it there.
No.
So,
He'll write it down. He'll write it down. It's curious. And then he'll also push the statue back into place.
Okay.
He'll close it.
Yeah, you closed the little thing.
Very, very detailed description. Suggest we continue.
Very well then.
Did we want to go back to that building we were at before? Maybe try and find another way in, or did we want to head towards the castle?
Well, let's go back to the building. I wasn't quite done with it.
I think
we
you
can go
might.
to the castle. Yeah, let's.
What?
So you
Nonsense.
don't want to go back to your door? Might miss you.
well,
Nope.
hold on.
No.
Zarak is gonna. One of these statues is magical. It stands to reason that the other one is as well. When Zarak detects magic on that, does anything come across?
On the other statue?
Yeah.
Yes. So number one, you get a transmutation aura on the statue itself. But number two, in the plinth below that, you're also getting kind of a moderate conjuration aura, like in the plinth, not the whole plinth, but like in it.
True. There's something inside this. What can you tell me about these people that maybe their history is relevant here?
Statues of Eska and Umulka, famous lovers. Eska, adventurer, search far and wide for expansion. Umulka was squire. Legend grew alongside Eska. And he'll like give a very abridged version of one of their stories, and he'll feel gross about doing it.
Rachiana.
Ugh.
So, and then he saved her, and then she saved him.
Darla
Feelings
tells
developed
better.
between them. Disgusting. So Zarak basically whiffed the other check here. Can I do a spell check on this? A spell check.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Go
Doctor.
ahead.
Can I
Go
help
ahead
with
and
this?
give me the spellcraft check.
It's a little better.
So you identify that the conjuration is similar but altered to that of summon nature's ally spells. It seems to be like a very sort of pared down version of that.
Okay. You mentioned a bag of tricks earlier. Was this similar to items of equivalent names? Sharut? I'm sorry. Was
fairly-
that
Like, Sharut would know the answer. The player does not know.
So that's that's what it was called. It was called his bag of tricks.
Okay. Yeah, he'll relay that to Zarak.
okay? So there's compartments on both of these. One of them seems to ostensibly have something in it. Zarak is just gonna point to the compartment and be like, "Sharut, can you get inside?" That seems like the most reasonable solution here.
I mean, he'll, without question, he'll.
Okay. Can you give me a disable device check?
I sure can. How you like that?
All right.
Wow. Holy
you
shit.
are able to slip aside a partition in the plinth. That's basically it's mirrored from the side that hers is. And when you slip it open, looking inside, you see it looks like it almost looks like a small like wolf cub that's just curled up. And when you grab it, you realize that it's a fur bag. Like it's a bag made of cured hide that still has the fur on it.
Pulls it out. Appears some sort
Wait.
of bag.
Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Is this the actual thing? Is this the one? Does it visually match what's on the statue?
Knowledge history.
Looking at it, it is precisely what is on the statue.
Sharut is going to immediately.
Let me have a gander at it.
I don't think he would.
What, for God's sakes? Do you want to know if the bag is special or if it's just a legend? I mean, it's still furry after being in neat motions around him. This place for so long.
Sharut just kind of motions to the bag on the statue, and then the bag in his hand, and the fact that it's identical.
Yes, but wouldn't you like to know exactly what it is?
Sharut,
For historical accuracy?
can you see if you can do the same little bit of gimmickry that you did with this one on the other statue as well? I don't know if we'll necessarily see similar results, but if these legendary sort of accompaniments of your people still exist, then this is absolutely a worthy find.
Sharut agree. Think maybe other compartments have more than what gaze can see. And I guess Sharut will let Dandarin look at it while he does his Jimmy Jams on the other statue.
The old Jimmy Jams, eh?
I like that we're calling
Yo.
those Jimmy Jams.
Jimmy Jams.
I
Jimmy Jams.
use my
roast
dwarven
cheese,
eyes
jelly
to
spoon.
see.
Dandarin, can
jelly
you
forks and
give me an appraise check, please?
Sure, I'm assuming that this has a penalty for failure, so I need to roll it.
Yeah. You can identify that this works like a bag of tricks, which is probably an item that you've encountered before. but there's additional things about it, and you don't know what they are.
No, it does appear to be a bag of tricks. It's got some extra things it can do. Unfortunately, I can't quite see exactly what they are at the moment. I apologize. But, Sharut, you are correct. This is a special bag of tricks.
Sharut, take $2. She know. And he puts it in his bag. And then
Zarek grumbles because it's not Sharut who mentioned those things, but it's fine. It's fine.
Don't you? I mean, you have spellcraft. Can't you use spellcraft to try to identify things, or is it only scrolls?
I think that spellcraft works.
Spellcraft works if you use it with detect magic.
Yeah, which
Identify gives you plus 20 to that.
Which I explicitly have.
Yeah, you have that. So like you can roll with spellcraft.
Did you say that it gives it plus 20?
No,
If you use the spell identify.
Identify gives you a plus 20 to the roll.
That makes sense. Okay. Let me go ahead and give that a shot as well. I don't imagine that this is actually going to work out real well, but it's another source of the same thing. And John, if you hate it, tell me, because like if you don't want to just roll on this, that's fine. I got a 10, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you look at it and it looks like a bag of tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Disable device on the other statue?
To do what?
I don't know. Looking for a hidden compartment, I suppose. That'd be perception.
Yeah. You already found a hidden compartment, and there wasn't anything. There wasn't anything in it.
Can I reach down in there?
Yeah, you can reach in there. It's not very deep. It's only about 8 inches deep.
I'll paw around.
It looks like it's big enough. It's big enough for something about the size of what you pulled out of the other one. But there wasn't anything in it.
Sharut will paw around on the inside. See if he can feel something nice.
It's an empty hole, dude. Like you can look in it. There's nothing in there.
I can't see invisible stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
He looked into the void.
Yeah.
Does the void look back?
Yeah, you reach in. It's a hole. So while they're doing that, Tercia, Delian, Lumio, are the three of you doing anything?
No, I'm just waiting to get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, you guys are fiddling with this statue, and we're all getting cold.
Yeah, I'd even probably cross the bridge at this point.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just go.
And you're sure you don't want me to just open the other door?
Absolutely. Do not do that.
That won't take but a minute. Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Big bad idea.
There's a back door. Why don't we check the back door? They probably didn't even lock that one.
Who does that? Check the back door.
For shits and gigs, I want Sharut to try a disable device on that door.
All right. I'm
Frozen
gonna
over.
group you all together so that I can. Oh no, wait. You guys were already there. So yep. All right. You all cross back over the bridge, and you're back in front of the big ironclad stone doors.
Can you switch us over?
I keep switching me over and not you, and it's real annoying. Okay. You're all there, and you're back in front of the big ironclad stone doors.
All righty.
No.
Sharut will walk past Andrin and try to disable the device before he does it.
Andrin just teleports to the door and says, "Nothing personnel, kid."
Sorry, kiddo.
All right.
Is leaving now that he has a lantern.
Sharut, can you go ahead and roll me a disable device?
Lillian, would you like to not be with them?
How's a 19?
Well, Sharut, that is not enough.
Barred from inside.
Lumio and Delian, the two of you walking away?
Yeah. You said the stairs were over here, right?
What stairs? Oh, to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going right here. I'm not gonna.
Lumio's going to the castle.
You finished the castle, right, John?
I'm mostly done with the first floor. It looks pretty good.
Damn it.
No.
It's a castle.
So here's the thing. It looks really good. I learned how to use the program. I'm pretty sure I can knock out the other floors this week. Because
Take your time, man.
no
rush. It's a castle.
I got very good at doing it towards the end, and I was like, oh shit, now I can just like slam stuff down, and like I get how it works.
So it's about 9 o'clock, so I figure when we take a break, you'll have about 15 minutes. So good luck.
Yeah, and during that 15 minutes, I will probably not do any of that.
Oh.
Good. We were all
Take charge
counting
of your life.
Playing it by ear like a great GM.
Let-
All right.
on it. Let nobody tell you what's what.
Okay. So Lumio and Delian are moving down there. And what are you guys doing?
I'm just waiting for everybody to join because this is the third attempt on the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also trying to make it very clear that Dandarin will not be making an attempt while Lumio is here.
It's an important test.
He can die by himself
so
then.
He's gonna move
Yeah.
on.
Let's go see if it's got a back door.
Yeah, there we go.
And he goes in the opposite direction.
Jesus.
Well,
fucking
the map's
Christ.
not loaded down here for me.
I mean, the map's not loaded down there for anyone.
Precisely.
There's no map there.
This
Okay.
is the way the map goes round. And
So-
Savandra will actually wait like here for people.
Okay, so as everybody else says, let's go around the building, Dandarin goes, fine, and starts walking around the building the other way because he's a toddler.
There's no map here. We can't go this way.
God has
That
not
doesn't mean the
spawned
world
in the
ends.
way the world ends.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
very interesting how Dandarin has this weird, obscure, almost player knowledge.
Reality not existing beyond our focal point.
All right, I'm going to take us real quick off to a break, and we'll be back in about 15. So join us here again at 9:15, and we'll keep going from there. So,
Yes.
all right, and we're back. So let's go back over to Dawson Mappin. All right, so I've got. Looks like the group is splitting. Lumio and Delian and Shrewd are going around to the south. Dandarin's going around to the north. Zerakt and Tertia, what are the two of you doing?
It is dumb for Dandarin to go by himself, so Zerakt will go with him.
Okay.
It's dangerous to go alone. I'll take Zerakt.
In that case, those two will go with you.
Yeah, I would. No, I would go with these three.
Okay. So, in that case, can everybody please move yourselves up to 20 squares?
No,
I'll go off the
kind
edge
of
of
at
the
the
world.
edge. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So, I mean, there is like Mike, you're an asshole. There is a spot that you can go to down here. Like, there is a walkable pathway around the building.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on.
I
the
thought
map.
we were switching the map. That's why I did that.
I'm pretty sure Tertia would be in the front
It's fine with me.
because she's like the only one of us that can. Actually, I don't know
Dark vision.
Dillian's combat capabilities since the rework.
They're almost exactly.
It's
the
good.
same. Yeah, they're the same if not improved.
Yeah. I just have poison coursing through my veins, so it's pretty garbage.
Hmm.
Tertia, in front of you, right there, it's a little thin. So you can get there, but with the ice on the ground and the fact that there's a kind of steep drop to the ground right there, this is going to be a bit of a treacherous path.
Okay.
You need to make me an acrobatics check to get across there, based on balance, if that matters to you. Do
Okay.
note,
And where would I end up after I finish that movement?
you would end up over here somewhere. Do note,
Okay.
this is for those who wish to know, you are currently 30 feet up.
Mhm.
So failing the acrobatics check will result in a fall of damages.
Not enough to kill, but definitely enough to injure.
Yeah, probably.
Well, let's see what happens.
All right, Tercy, you do it just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you can put yourself over there. Lumio, Delian, and Shrewd.
Yeah.
You realize if you're going to go this way, unless you're doing it in some other manner, you're going to have to give me that same sort of acrobatics check.
All right. I'll do it. And while I do that, Delian
Actually-
knows he's been kind of... Okay, go ahead.
Before he goes, Sharut's gonna hand him a rope.
Oh, well, no
gonna
worries,
say-
man. I got a hook shot. I'm good.
Was thinking will help Lumio and I cross later.
Oh!
Set up.
Oh,
ship.
yeah. No, that's a good idea. That was very selfish of me. Yeah, that's, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I'll take the rope.
You get across just fine. Tertia, go ahead and move yourself up one. Dillian, you can go where Tertia is.
Cool. And I'll have like the rope kind of trailing behind me. I'm assuming one of you two is holding onto it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's the idea.
That would suck. Here's a rope. Dillian doesn't unravel it, and you're just kind of boned. I got a free rope. Ain't
This
that great?
rope? Sure. And he walks across and then throws it. Didn't need it. All right. So who's going next? Is it going to be Lumio or is it going to be Sharut?
I think what Sharut will do is he'll tell, if Tertia doesn't run away, he'll
I'm not running
tell-
away. I'm just getting out of the way.
He'll tell Tertia to take the other end, have Dillian and Tertia hold the other end, and pull it taut, so Lumio has something to hold on to while he walks across.
Okay.
Would that work?
Yeah. Lumio, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check with a +2.
All right. This can't possibly be a bad idea.
Do you want us to tie the rope around you? We could do that instead.
Might be
No,
better.
I take you all with me.
No, I'd let go.
Lumio, that is not
Oh.
enough to succeed.
Boy. Well, I guess I'm gonna fall then.
Yep. You fall to the ground, taking 8 damage from the impact of it. You just basically you slip at the narrow bit and just whop. You are very abruptly shot to the ground. It is very icy. It is nearly impossible to grab a hold as soon as the fall starts.
Yeah, that seems. Ow, that was. That's
We'll
not
get a
as.
rope down to you soon.
Thank you. Huh. Ow. Well, at least my legs aren't broken. Snap. Oh no.
Don't worry, I can fix them.
It's beginning to smell like almonds. And that is
Damn
not a
it!
good
I was
sign.
looking for it.
Try
Sharut,
the other leg.
Sharut, your idea
Oh,
didn't
no.
work because you forgot that you were requiring Illumio to do a physical thing. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Valid.
So
No.
what would you like to do?
I feel like Sharut should just throw the rope down to Lumio and start going across by himself.
Okay. Are you going to throw it into Illumio?
Yeah, he'll throw the rope down to Lumio, and then he'll start crossing.
Sounds good. Can you give me an acrobatics check?
I can.
Okay.
How's that?
You make it across just fine. You can put yourself where he is. And then, Lumio, can you give me a climb check with a +2? But wait, the others might be able to help. I would say 3 of them can help. So,
I mean-
Tertia, Sharut, and Delian, can the 3 of you give me strength checks?
Sure.
Strength
I-
checks, you say?
Strength
Can I
checks,
just-
I say.
Can I just
No.
can I just errata this and just be like
I know what you're going to ask, and no, that is not how your class ability works. You are not somehow the Hulk. No. For the last time, no. For the first time, no. Forever, no.
That's how it's written.
All right.
Sharut does not help.
Tertia, you have muscles. The other 2 are small-sized. So,
But
Andy,
yeah, I'm holding it taut, and they're just like hanging off the rope.
Andy, go ahead and give me a climb check with a +4.
Hey, roll it. There we go.
All right. Yeah, you're able to sort of walk over here, and by climbing up with Tertia also pulling the rope, you are able to get up top, and all of you are up. Everybody can please, from where you are now, move, let's say 15 squares.
And I wonder where that dwarf is. We got here fast.
Look, door open.
I'm gonna wait. Oh, and he's gone.
I'm just
Lumio
poking
just-
my head in.
All right. So you guys come around to the other side, and you see open doors that look, they look like they were sort of busted open because you can see the remnants of a lock bar on the other side. That looks like it was slammed through, and then the doors were sort of bent the other way. So they're still on the hinges, but it doesn't look like they would actually close. You see bloodstains in this doorway that go down into the hallway, and like further on, you see a couple more. You also see something that you don't fully. Actually, no. Everybody, please give me a just an intelligence check. Though anybody that has knowledge planes, please give me a knowledge planes roll.
I have that.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge planes, you say?
Knowledge
Sure,
planes,
no.
I say.
Oh
So in this area right here, you see this sort of torn apart form. It's iced over. It is a cool blue in color, and it kind of looks like a gigantic bipedal termite that has just been torn apart.
Neat.
Tercia,
Okay.
you remember Zarax telling you, be on the lookout for this because it's real bad. Those are called ice devils. The rest of you are not really Lumio and Sharut and Delian and Zaract. You guys aren't really relying on, oh, Zaract said this thing. You are able to look at it and be like, holy shit, that's a Jellygun.
Yeah.
And it looks quite dead. And from where you can see it, it is over in that area.
Well, let's wait for them.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Sounds good. I
chill
mean, it's,
right here.
I assume it's a little bit warmer inside than outside. Not by
And
much.
also not exposed to.
Honestly, with the door open, not at all. Speaking of, can everybody please give me a fortitude save?
I was waiting.
Me and my big mouth.
What is that, a +4?
You're at a +5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, summary page.
Any bonuses for cold weather gear?
The cold weather gear gives you the +5.
Ah,
All right. Everybody's looking good. So yeah, that's what you're all seeing. Once again, just because, just in case the memory of what this thing is isn't fresh, send a picture real quick. There's the picture for anybody who wants it, and I will show the stream. It looks like that. It's just dead and it's sort of ripped apart.
Nobody wants that.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, for all of you that are there, what are you doing?
How recent are these blood spatters?
They're completely iced over, so they don't look to be recent at all.
Should all keep on our guard.
Sharut
Yeah.
will sneaky because he doesn't like being seen.
Okay. Sharut drops a smoke bomb.
I know.
All right. Delian goes to the Delian spot, which is the corner just inside the room.
No, I'll venture forth a little bit. This,
Okay.
Also,
I have noticed that Delian has gone
Hell.
to that spot like 5 times.
Yeah, shit sucks here.
Okay. And Delian
Extra
also gets the stealth.
See, open doors. And he points.
It's not stealthy when you talk.
anyone
It's
see
really
the short
hard.
stacks? Where'd they go?
It's really hard to whisper at Sharut.
I know.
Travis.
I know.
It's incredibly
Right.
difficult.
So you from there, can I get everybody to give me a perception check?
Sure thing.
And I'm
I was on a different screen. Does that include me?
I'm sorry, what?
I was on a different screen. Are you including me in that role?
Yeah, everybody that's in there can give me the check.
Okay.
And-
Couldn't tell if you were drawing a zone or not for that.
No.
Huh. Interesting.
I was just looking at something on sheets. So can I get from everybody who got a 15 or higher? So can I get from everybody? For everybody who
Uh-oh.
got that, you all hear something. You hear someone go like Eswata kuteta. Can I believe Delian, but I don't know anybody else. Who here speaks Sylvan?
Oh shit.
I speak Elven.
Hold on. Zaract might actually attributes.
I
Yep,
don't.
Zaract speaks Sylvan.
Okay, so Delian and Zaract, the two of you can actually make out those words, which basically amounts to it's Sylvan, and it's kind of archaic Sylvan, but it still works because Sylvan is a language that doesn't really change much because the Fae live forever, and it kind of turns into hello, are you there? Are you just another beast?
Like, Delian kind of looks around and then I guess responds in Sylvan. No beast.
Are you a trickster or are you something more benevolent?
You get an answer of, tricksters can be benevolent, but I am no trickster. Can someone please let me out? Please.
Mandarin, I don't know why, but I keep hearing the sound of like dandelions blowing in the wind.
Yeah, to the rest of you,
Flies flapping.
this is just this like it's just this language that goes very in and out. It's very very flowing and melodic. It those who don't speak Sylvan can't, like, if you speak Elven, you can maybe make out a word every now and then. But for the most part, Sylvan is very much its own dialect.
Okay.
It's like it's speaking a different language.
Well, there's
You're
this.
so perceptive, Dandre.
It appears to run on electricity.
Some sort of electricity. Should
Uh,
grasp one, maybe two word.
Yeah, there's a thing trapped here. Trying to say, hey, help, let me out. Most things down here should have frozen. I don't know about died, but there's a lot of blood here.
The Fae don't work that way.
Delian, from where you are now, oh, and I suppose Tertia a little bit from where you are. Zoract, you can kind of see this from where you are. And I believe it's just the three of you who have moved to that point. You can see that through these doors, there is another room, and that room has large bars going from floor to ceiling. It looks to be some sort of cage. And in this cage, you can see a slumped over body with just gnarly blue-black skin. And you can, Deline, you are able to make out a claw or a clawed hand that is at least the size of your body that has been removed from whatever body is in here. Like, it's just like you have like the body over here, and then you have the hand about a foot away.
Yeah.
Did you import a death claw from Fable, John Eric?
No. What?
Fable?
It's Fallout.
Or
You
sorry,
mean Fallout?
Fallout.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I wanna
that's the one.
stop you there. I would never import anything from Fable. I steal all of my shit from Worthwhile Games.
Thank you. Thank you for that, John.
Okay, so that's terrifying in ways I can't comprehend yet.
And Forsidna goes, "What is it? What are they saying?" And Corley says, "It's some sort of creature. They're asking us to let them out."
I mean, it's behind bars, as far as I'm aware. So, if I don't come back out, actually, why don't you just come with me?
Yeah,
Safety in numbers.
I don't mind following. However, I can't see you.
Oh, follow the sound of my voice.
Actually, wait, Travis, are you still broadcasting light?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you were totally still broadcasting light. So you're like, I'm hidden, and still. Are you putting your lamp out or your little disc away?
No.
Okay. I'm stealthy.
Like, I guess for me, even though I had light, it would be I'm trying not to make noise.
Okay, sounds good. So
I'll enter the room and just
as you all move up there,
go here, I guess.
yeah, so you see, there we go. Haha, I've beaten you. I can stick stuff, to not just the grid.
Man, well done.
You see a fey creature. It looks like a female. It's a little hard to tell because the thing that it's wearing is basically a
thing that it's wearing. Confidence inspired.
the thing that it's wearing looks to be some like armor with kind of a tattered sort of like tabard over it, kind of. But the flow of the tabard and all that blocks the most of the things that you would consider to be like sexual characteristics.
Yeah.
The and the hyper angular face and the tall ears and all that. That could be anything. So it could also be the it is about your size, Dillian.
Okay.
They have cool blue skin. This is not the sort of gnarly dark blue black of whatever creature is over here. This is faint. It's like running water in a mountain stream. It is sky blue. The hair is a little bit darker
gotcha.
blue. You see scars on the arms and sort of like dark circles under the eyes, but
Mm.
otherwise it looks to be a very fair creature. They don't seem to have much to indicate age one way or the other, much to indicate gender one way or the other. And
Can I do a check to see if I know what this is?
yeah, you can give me a knowledge nature check.
Beautiful.
And Delian, when she when you move in and she sees you, she goes, can you get me out, please? I've been here for so long." Zarakt,
Mhm.
you know this to be an Uldra. That is that. The Uldra are they are fairies from far away. Most people who have ever seen one have seen one in the Frostfell. The Frostfell being like the Arctic Circle, like it's like going to the North Pole.
Gotcha.
And with that role, you've heard of people who have like actually gone to Rhesia saying that there's tribes of Uldra there.
Mhm.
But they're usually pretty mum on the subject. Uldra, you know, with a 30 like that, they tend to be they're far more combative than their size would indicate. These aren't friendly fairy tricksters like Sprite and Nixies and Piskies and all that sort of thing. These are like tiny warriors who survive in harsh climates and can just wreck people. And they usually do that by freezing them to death. So like fighting a bunch of Uldra is like encountering a violent tribe of Uldra is one of those things that people have gone to the Frostfell have said like, I never want to do that. I would rather fight a polar bear. The Uldra are far more dangerous.
Zarakt is gonna try and move to whatever passes for the opening here.
Yeah, and you're
Of it.
seeing by the way, like there's I'll get my little thing here. There's that sort of gnarly blue black body that I was talking about over here. There's another one over here. There's another one over here. They're all just completely unmoving. Yeah. So you said you're going to move over?
Mhm.
Cool. So while Zarakt and Delian are moving over, Sharut, you moved up. You see this as well. And Tercia, you see the small creature who they are talking to. Lumio and Dandarin, you can hear it, but you can't see him until you move up a little bit. However, the three of you who are still in there, you are able to see into this room with Tercia's light, which looks to be some sort of bedchamber. You see again bloodstains as well as footprints leading to a massive bed with a very nice rug, both of which have been kind of trashed.
What are these? Are these bodies just the same as this fey creature? This Uldra?
No, this one is far bigger. This one is bigger still. This one is so big that even leaning against the bars, like it's almost too much. This one is so like this one is, you would say, like large size, but it's sort of the lower end of large size. This one is the upper end of large size. This one you have seen before. You fought one of these on the bridge. This is the body of an ice troll.
Are these two the same?
No.
Dungeoneering?
Don't roll, doesn't apply.
Okay.
So Delian, you were asked a question.
I can certainly try. Is there anything like around that just says, "Hey, I'm a lock"?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Whoops.
You're able to sort of look at the bars and see that the bars don't have any manual sort of release, meaning they don't have a door. However, it looks like the holes that the bars are in are a little bit bigger than the bars, like just slightly. So
they
you're
slide
thinking,
down somewhere.
yeah, it seems like they sort of slide down. You just have to find the trigger to be able to make that happen.
Yeah. So how long have you been in here? Have you seen where these slide down? There's a switch that needs to be, or a lever or something. Or were you here? Are you the latest thing to be put in here?
Any other time that I was in this building, I was never in this room. I don't know how these opened, but I know that when I woke up here long ago, they were already closed.
Okay.
Can you
So,
get me out?
well, I'm gonna try.
We're
Are
certainly
you
working
going?
on it.
Yeah. Are you gonna attack me as soon as I lower the bars, as some sort of weird thank you?
I don't plan to attack you.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll start looking around and we'll try to get you out.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I will say I
And-
do recognize your kind.
And
My guess is that you've been here for some time.
and she nods. She says, "Quite a while. Sometime indeed."
Are you? What's the easiest way to say this? Are you from the manifest zone that seems to have been created here, or were you brought from some distance?
She says, "I was sent here to guide him, but I don't think they liked where he was going." Which I can
I imagine-
understand. Some people just can't appreciate her gifts. He could, but they couldn't. And Dillian, what you're seeing as you're like walking around there is up here. It looks like a combination of sort of like torture station plus also kind of branding station.
Yeah.
Torture station.
And
Delene's seen one or two of them.
yeah, this definitely looks like a place to interrogate a prisoner up here.
Yeah.
But it's also made for things that are like hobgoblin or goblin size. You know that these big things would never fit on this table.
No. Especially that one.
So yeah, that's what she says. Is they didn't have the ability to do more than what they were used to. Some can't. It's understood.
I think I understand better than some. I realize that you are probably weak and sore from long imprisonment. However, I do believe that we have one here that would be interested in speaking with you if you have the energy.
Is it your
I can
master?
also-
And
no,
she, like, when she says that, she looks to Sharut.
master. No, this we're helping him. This is like Zarex just starts. There's obviously like a tone of offense, and she's like, "We're equal here." You don't know the language. You shut up. It's what you get.
And
You're equal.
and
Sirac uses a lot of tone and gesture.
you see the Uldra kind of like hang her head and shake it, and she says, "It's as I feared. So much has changed outside of the field. If they just could have held on."
The field you mentioned, is this around the manifest zone itself?
Yes, this zone is very strong.
Yes, it is. It's certainly one of the most well developed and certainly expansive that I've encountered.
And so as the two of you are talking, you see over here that like every time you say something, Corley kind of leans over to Forsidna and says like, and then she says something, and then Corley leans over to Forsidna and like basically just translating to her cousin. And
God damn it.
While you're doing that, Tertia and Sharut, the two of you are you saw Delian do like a quick round of this. Are the two of you doing anything while he's standing there and while Zarak's talking?
I think Sharut is just gonna be like looking between the two and eventually just say it as erect. What say?
Sharut, this Uldra, this Fae, was sent as an emissary through the manifest zone. It sounds like they were sent to assist with the warlord here in tapping into the energies that now sustain this and keep this place in stasis. But the populace was not interested. There's quite a bit of information, and I'm doing what I can to stay pleasant. The Uldra are warriors at heart, and best to be polite even here. But honestly, if we need information straight from someone who may have at least seen the beginning of what happened to this place, I think this is certainly the way to go. Though their perspective may be limited, I can help translate if you're interested in conversing here. But again, I do want to stress the Uldra are A, terrifying warriors, and B, this one is likely not incredibly energyful. May not be up to answering a lot of questions.
And when you get to that point, you hear this sound from the Uldra, and it's just this, you've brought one of hers with you. And Dandrin, you see this very lithe, angular-faced, high cheekbones little fey creature kind of go and clear her throat, and then starts going like, Isinglak etok ik wadakaraka, and just growling out, accented but pretty fluent Dwarven at you. And she says, you then, have they reopened it? Did you come through recently?
I'm afraid I don't have much memory of the recent days. I cannot tell you for certain if it's been opened. I succumbed to some enchantment, and I'm responding in Dwarven. Succumbed to some enchantment, apparently, and it's fuddled my mind. If you could provide specifics, it might help. And he taps himself on the helmet.
It can do
help
that.
jog a few things loose.
It can do that. The black ice is very dangerous, but you should know this.
That's what they said. They said I fell and hit my face on some black ice.
Well,
He did.
and she kind of she nods understandingly, and she says, "It's a gift then, a reversion in state. You should take this as a blessing.
Could
She
be.
does not often grant this."
Yes. I suppose. How can I help you now? And I'll step in. How can we assist you as it is now? And he'll get a good look at the area around, because he did not hear any of the previous conversation in Sylvan and whatnot. The brief whispers between Sharut and Zeract.
She says, "Can you get us out? We're trapped here, and we have been trapped here long.
Yes.
To be
Yes.
trapped but mobile, it just..." And she kind of the rest of you see the Uldra kind of basically clutching at her chest, pulling at the armor and the clothing, tearing it a little bit. And she says, "The state of it, be able to move but not, tears at us.
Confinement is not healthy. Oh.
The small one, the Thelanian, he searches now. But we have-
Thelanian searches now. Dandrin will say that part in common for everybody.
I understand. Would I know? what
That
the
doesn't mean
Thelonians
anything
are?
to me.
Sharuk understands Dwarven. He's just not speaking.
You
Solanas is the realm of the Fae.
Yeah, so you know, Lumio, you have a little bit of knowledge planes, and you know that it's you know enough to know that it's rumored that gnomes originated there, and it's rumored on the basis on it's a good enough rumor that this might be true.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rumored. So when she's saying that the Thelanian is searching now, she's probably speaking about Delian.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think Sharut will pipe up in his rough approximation of Dwarven.
Gardak.
You can hear the hints of the goblin in his Dwarven tongue. It's a very terrible accent.
Well, yeah, because part of speaking Dwarven, I'm sure, is just essentially making your teeth fight each other, and it works for them because all their teeth are, they're just flat and featureless.
They're armed.
Yeah,
But when it's when you speak more of a guttural language, your voice, your mouth doesn't know how to make those sounds.
yeah. I'm imagining that Sharut's Dwarven is just extremely high pitched.
Dandrin just
Well, I'll be.
scratching his ears.
Howdy ho, fellas.
Should you know the words? Yes.
I've studied Dwarven in a library. Ha
I've
can
studied
tell.
Dwarven since before the Great Morning. Oh.
Yeah. So. Okay, so
Okay.
you said Sharut
Sorry.
pipes up. What does he say?
Sharut will help. Just request information in exchange. Warrior to warrior. Agreed?
I can tell you some.
What you know is all Sharut like, as much as you remember.
It has been a very long time.
Sharut understands
And-
this.
The heart of Risia, the killing cold, it does not appreciate a long memory when pure stasis will serve, but I'll answer what I can.
And with that, Shroot nods.
And then she pauses and looking at you like direct eye contact. She says, "Can I have your hat?"
Wait, you want your hat?
Shroot no Dwarven.
And
He
you
says in common.
Oh, I'm
and you guys hear this,
acknowledging the incredulity.
and then after the you just see Forsidna go, "What?" And Corley just kind of shrugs.
You know, he likes his hat, but he can always get a new hat, and she's been in the cold for quite some time, even though she's probably used to it, being the kind of fae that she is. So Shroot will take off his hat, walk over, and pass it to her through the bars.
Okay.
And the rest of you are just seeing this very messy tuft of black hair that's underneath
Does it just like
the hat.
flump out?
Okay.
No, it
And-
doesn't foomp out, but it's very just messy.
And you see the Uldra, she like sort of timidly like reaches out, and when it's clear that you're just gonna hold it there, it's like this timid reach at first, and then it just turns into this really quick swipe, and then she takes it, and you see her actually like clutch it to her chest, and then she kind of puts it to her face, and she's just and then she pulls it down on her head over her ears and starts like smoothing and fashioning the hat. And it is a weird thing to watch. She looks like she is happier about the hat than you might have ever been about anything in your entire life.
No shit.
And she's just so like she does a little spin, and she just kind of like moves it around, and you see her kind of like sweep a little bit of the frost away, and you see the blood stains on the ground, and with your light in the room, she's able to look down at the ice and see her reflection, and she kind of twists it a little bit to get the hat sitting right, and then she stands, and she's wearing the same shitty hat that you were. She just looks better in it.
I mean, that's fair.
So
Fun fact for the viewers, charisma is a dump stat for Shroot.
you don't say.
So it always looks terrible.
So while that's going on, Delian, you were looking around.
Yes.
So you, what would you like to do?
Basically look. I'm assuming it, since the prison itself, they'd be trapped. Like, this would be pretty easy to spot a lever, and especially with Delian being somewhat a career criminal, knowing what to look for. Even though this is kind of old, it might be, antiquated or something. But just going from room to room, staying sort of within the general vicinity of people.
Okay.
And when if this room's cleared, I was going to go to these ones, but bring one or two people with me. So in case something happens, I'm not dead alone.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a perception check.
Cool. I will totally do that for you right now.
Sounds good. So you're not finding anything in here, in terms of the a lever or a switch or
Yeah.
basically anything like that.
Okay.
However, sort of behind the bed, which the bed is sort of ruined. It looks like somebody was sort of dragged into a fight over this way and then tried to go back, and they died somewhere around here, but there's no body there anymore. You just see the bloodstain of somebody died there.
Okay.
But behind the bed and on top, you're able to find a couple of basically small figurines of that look to be carved of garnet. So so it's like a precious stone, and then they're about maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches long, and it's just
Okay.
It looks to be a hobgoblin male, a hobgoblin female, and a smaller either hobgoblin or a goblin. And they'll be worth something, but not what you're looking for. And then when you come out here,
Okay.
If they're easily to pocket, I'll just pocket them and put them in the shadow.
Yeah, they're more than easy enough to pocket. They're 3 figures that are about 1.5 inches long. So
Then I'll just drop them in, no problem.
sounds good. You're able to see that there's something like you look at these doors a little bit, and you're able to see that there's something that's like coming from this way,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of on the ground, and it's hard to really make out because you have the stone, and then you have the ice over the stone, and then you have like that blood that's mixed with the next layer of ice over the stone.
Yeah.
And you're only really able to see it when you look at like this spot over here. You're realizing that something is like whatever that trigger is, it's probably in the room to your south.
In
Because
this
you're-
room that we were trying to potentially bust down.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. So with that, can I get everybody to please give me a will save?
Sure thing.
Sorry, everybody, to clarify, everybody except Sharut, please give me a will save.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
I actually do need to know: is this a magical effect?
It is a
spell, or
magical
spell
effect.
ability?
Yes, it is a magical effect.
Is this an enchantment effect?
It is an enchantment effect.
Hey, well then my roll is +2.
Oh, well. Tertia, Tertia, Dandarin, the two of you are fine. Zoract, Delian, and Lumio, you all
We're
get
fine.
this sudden wave of doubt and fear that just like slams into you. It just creeps into you, and you know that you should not be here. You as a group, all 3 of you, you are at a -1 to basically all D20 rolls, and a -1 to AC. So this is for Zoract, Delian, and Lumio.
Let me tell you, Delian's been feeling this way a long time. It's about time he actually has some penalties for it.
Yeah.
Don't like that. I'm gonna put up my totem of courage.
Okay. Sounds good.
I believe it basically zeroes out everything you just said.
I believe it does.
Minus me.
Are you
Yeah.
just putting it down and then concentrating on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. I forgot that was a thing. I was like, this will be a cool effect to do a stuff about a thing. And then Andy's what if, no.
You got me, though. I can't do morale bonuses.
Had you considered just not doing that in the first place?
So yeah, I think that actually does screw you up, Travis.
Yeah, it does.
'Cause you can't.
So at least you get a small victory.
Yeah, so the totem of courage is a +1 competence bonus to attack rolls and saves versus fear. So this is different from that. It'll cancel out the one versus saves versus fear. This is basically causing you all to be not shaken. It's not shaken because shaken's a -2. This is a -1 to everything.
Okay.
But it's just a low level fear effect. That is
Paranoid?
Yeah, basically that. You're all paranoid, and like your confidence has just like kind of left the building. So with that in mind, Delian, you were looking at stuff, and yeah, you're pretty sure that like the trigger, the latch, whatever it is in here.
Hey, Lumio, could you join me for a second?
Sure.
Cool. It's hate to say it, but I'll be truthful with you. I just don't want to die alone if I'm gonna die.
Oh, no one does.
Yeah.
I read
So-
about it in a book once.
Yeah, me too. And friends. Anyways, I'm gonna open this door. I think the lever to open those cages are on the other side of this.
All right.
So, on 3, 1, 2. Is it locked?
It is.
1, 2. I'm kidding. I have to unlock it.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, ka-chunk.
Can you give me your disabled device roll? Remember, it's at a -1 from your.
And at I believe it's actually at a -3 because I still have that poison through me.
That really sucks.
Dude, let me tell you, feeling it.
No, if the poison is a -2, you should only be at a -2 total. Because that would only subtract 1 point from your.
Yeah, so I believe I did 2 points. I did 2 points of dex damage. No, because it lasted for 2 rounds. It lasted for 2 rounds. So if
Oh,
so
so it
if
was
he
2
got
points
so if he got
for
a
2
minus
rounds?
4, if he got a minus 4 to dex, that would be a minus 2 to all dex rolls.
Oh no,
Well,
it
if
was only one
minus
round,
3,
so I only get a -1 then.
So you'd only get a minus 1 because
Oh,
every
okay.
every 2 points of attribute is a +1 to the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay.
So you're only at a -2. There you go. Thanks, Lumion.
Well, cool. Bam. Boy, I can sure read that.
So, wow. Hold on. That can't be the right number. I gotta check a thing.
No,
Uh,
I did it wrong.
uh,
Yeah, it'd be at a -4. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a. No, it's only 13.
okay. So, yeah, you try it, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. It almost looks, actually, yeah, it almost feels like this is purposefully like deflecting your locks. Things that you're trying are not working, and they should work in this. It's very strange.
I don't want to bring Dandrin over here. I know what he wants to do. That causes all sorts of trouble. Well, this is upsetting. I guess we'll continue. Maybe there's something somewhere else.
Okay.
you never know.
So, yeah, you move over there. Go ahead, move one more. Down that
Yep.
hallway, you see at the end of the hallway, it looks like a small sort of dining area. You see some sort of shattered tables and chairs. You also see 2 doors here, which is probably the other
Okay.
side of that room, and you see 1 door there.
All right, Lumio, follow me. I think I
Okay.
found another.
Oh, that way.
Yeah. Yeah. This way. Follow me.
All right, so I'm gonna jump back over here real quick. So to the other group, Sharut and Dandarin and Tercia and Zorak. What's up? What are you doing? How's it going? What's up?
Oh,
So
should
go ahead.
should we take a look around and let this poor thing go?
And the older says, "If you want, I'm not going anywhere."
Right. Well, we're going to go make sure this area is as secure as it can be then. And we'll be back in just a moment. Dandrin will pull out one of his spare blankets and offer it.
Oh, she looks at it and just kind of shakes her head, and she says, "No need. The cold is an old friend."
She's
Or
of the
why
eye-
don't you look that good in that hat?
Should never look good in hat.
I mean,
I thought you looked
do
fine
you
in
want
the hat.
help with that?
Well, the door appears locked. Let's give it a quick check.
Okay, Sharut is
Sharut,
gonna.
give me a hand.
Sharut, do you want to assist
I'll give
me?
Sharut a hand, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Assist.
okay. If I don't beat that, I'm gonna be very sad.
This,
So
this
there's
is
a-
how life
there's
has
a-
always been.
There's a very decent chance that I won't.
Hey.
Wow.
I am very sad.
Wow.
Hold an 8.
So Sharut, this this lock does not want to be picked. Like just when you think you have it, your picks are where they should be. You have them inserted correctly. You start to bring around the curved pick to unlock it. It feels like something actively pushes your pick out, and all the tumblers go back into where they were before.
So, what's going on there?
Think.
Thought you had it.
Sharut thought so too. Think magic at play.
Can I hit it with a hammer?
Hold on, Sharut. Want to try something? I need to read a skill real quick. Hang on.
Which skill?
My circle of salt. My material imposition circle of salt. I'm trying to see if I can actually use it on an object. The dispelling detonations on an object rather than just a creature, but it only specifies creature. The scholar adds a mix of silver, salt, and lead.
Don't read the ability.
Okay, sorry.
No. This is like a sort of a fantasy circle of salt where you put it down and then like summon creatures are harder to hit you. It doesn't just dispel things.
No, I was talking about the dispelling detonations explosive part. So I can add it to my flashbangs, and then it gets the dispel, or it's a targeted dispel effect.
This cannot be used to target a specific spell. They are subject to a targeted dispel. Yeah, it says creatures specifically, so it's not objects.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thought I'd ask.
No, it's fine. But no, it doesn't work.
Sharuk think would make much sound, especially since doors are open.
He says to Dandrin.
Perhaps another way in. Should
Perhaps.
check before resort to break. Yes.
I would agree. That's sound. Well, let's try the other side then. I saw some doorways here on the way. Oh, what do you know? It's Delian and Lumio.
As
Oh, no.
as we come around the corner, those two hear
Come to
Sharuk
help.
say,
It's okay.
Yeah,
When
that's-
leave, you break all doors. Yes.
No, let's please. We've had enough
Dillian.
of this for one.
Would you and Sharut like to assist me? Or more specifically, would you like to assist me in assisting Sharut?
Nah, I'm good.
Sharut, let's try these doors.
Have we tried to find the key?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go try to find.
go try to
No,
find
but
it.
while they're trying that, where are you guys looking for the key?
There's a room down
Um,
here.
Yeah,
Have
we would
you-
just canvas everywhere else.
Okay, so you head in here?
Yeah.
All right. So, what you see in here is that there is, it looks like this was some sort of like eating room, like I said, but these tables look to be either pushed aside or broken. Like this one's kind of pushed against the wall. The other two are just shattered. You don't see a place to prepare food, which could easily lead you to think that either this room here or the one up there on the other side are the place to prepare it.
Mhm.
So it looks like just the eating place.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll try this one.
Is there
okay.
anything I can do to help you?
John, you want to say something? I didn't want to interrupt.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Well, you here as moral support is pretty nice, unless you can help pick locks. This is kind of just a thing that I gotta do.
Lumio holds up one of his big three-fingered hands for 1 second and goes, "No."
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
He holds up a Ninja Turtle hand.
He holds up a Yoda
He just found it somewhere.
So,
'Cause I'm
Yeah.
assuming
all
Yeah.
right.
sure is.
So, yeah, you're gonna give me the old like check for traps and then do a thing.
Yep, I am definitely gonna check for traps and then do a thing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alrighty, I can do that. No problemo, my man. I can't do it.
Can't be done.
Seems clear.
Seems free and clear. Alrighty, let's get this going. Let's just try to unlock this baby.
Okay. You hear this satisfying click as it unlocks. Lumio and Delian, can the two of you please give me a perception check?
Sure thing.
Ah, I got that. I got that in spades.
Oh, -1. So that's
Okay.
an 11.
Lumio, you hear that satisfying like click click as Delian unlocks the door and he goes, "Okay, let's go." And he puts his hand on the door and starts to open it. And as he starts to
Can I,
open
like-
it, you hear inside.
Can I kick him out of the way like a bull rush?
Sure. I mean, I'd accept that.
And I'm not expecting it, so there's not going to be really any.
Yeah,
resistance.
go ahead and give me a CMD check.
It's a button that is over here.
Yeah, I don't know what your CMD bonus is, but just roll a D20 plus that. Okay. So, Delian, basically something real big kind of comes at you from the side and instinctively, without really understanding that it's Lumio and he's trying to save your life, he's
Yeah.
over here. You open the door.
Sure do.
I can't.
What you see is...
Damn.
Oh, did I just delete that and not duplicate it? I fucking did.
Solid.
Control
And
Z.
you see an empty room.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
What you see is an oven.
I meant to hit duplicate and I hit delete. God
Like-
damn it.
You see an oven. I slammed the door. There's no hope in this place.
So number one, you see an oven. But number two, give me just a second here and let me actually get this thing going. That's really annoying. I was like, and you see this, and I was gonna duplicate them and just drop them both, and
Maha.
nope.
Ah,
Now I will click and I will duplicate. There we go.
Oh, fuck that, whatever that is.
So what you see is that it sort of looks like somebody slammed 2 goblins together. So it just looks like this misshapen pair of torsos slammed together that share one head with 2 mouths, but 4 arms and 2 legs. It doesn't seem to be holding any weapons. All you see are very, very sharp claws. And from each mouth, you have this long, just tongue.
The tongue itself makes noises.
The tongue is what's making all of the noises, and I won't hear differently from any of. So I feel like this is going to be a thing. So I will add all the people to the thing, and then can everybody roll their initiative for me?
I guess.
If I must.
Well. I will roll for all of my thingies.
Oh, that's bummerific.
So they, Lumio, you were up here because you tried to push him out of the way and Dillian ducked. So you kind of just went like on the other side of him. One second here. So they are going to get a surprise round that Dillian, you don't get to participate in, but Lumio, you do.
Okay.
So we're going to begin combat, and then top of the round is them. So is this the first one? It is. The first one, because he's in the front, Dillian, what he's going to do is attempt to eat you. Because
That's real sad.
that sounds delicious. So I need a. Do you have uncanny dodge or anything like that?
I don't.
Okay, so Dillian, he misses you. Basically, he's like, and just reaches out with both mouths and just snaps at you, and nothing.
Yeah, of course.
The other one will move to here and try to do the same thing, kind of around the door, but you're going to have cover. So.
And that one somehow.
Okay, so he hits but does not confirm. Dillian, can you please roll a fortitude save for me?
Sure, man.
You take 1 point of damage as this thing sinks its clearly not made for biting teeth into you.
Sure does, man.
You then feel your body just start to tense up, and you are paralyzed.
Oh lordy.
All right.
Which, of course, there's no paralyzed thing in this.
It's okay. I can't move.
You're paralyzed. So you, my friend, are paralyzed for
Ever.
Paralyzed is the one that looks like Jesus.
1d4 rounds. So 2. You're paralyzed for 2 rounds.
All right.
Lumio, you just saw one of these things just reach out, latch into Dillian, and just chomp at him, and then you see Dillian just sort of stand there.
Fuck.
What would you like to do?
Well, what I wanted to do before he got tensed up was make his life better with a rally, but that didn't happen. So oh well.
Plus, you're no longer in
So-
the range of a totem.
So, so that you know, this is a surprise round, so you only get 1 action. You don't get a whole round.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, we're gonna drop a new.
A new totem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this totem you stopped concentrating on, so it must be gone.
Yeah.
What does totem do?
I'm gonna put down the totem of war here. I think is my first one.
All right, and I'm going to color this sort of
Yep.
not quite as bright. Yeah,
There we go. So there's a new totem.
looks good.
Yeah.
All right, what does that totem do?
That's the +2 to weapon rolls.
Okay, sounds good. So, are you doing
then-
anything else?
As a free action, I want to use my words to scream "Help! Help! Help!" help, 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 help. But with more energy and kind of upbeat.
Help!
He wants to scream his words in Sylvan, so only
Yeah.
a third of the
as
party.
I think as a free action, Deline will say,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
Deline
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's a good addition to the entire feel of everything.
I think so
Um,
too.
All right. Sharut, something to the south of you just went, help, 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 help.
No, he said it was chipper, so it's like
No,
help,
no,
help,
just upbeat.
help,
No, that's
help,
how he said.
help.
That's as
help,
chipper
help,
as I
help.
that's as chipper as I get, man.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
That's
It's-
fair.
Come on.
That's
Don't
fair.
want him to break his face open and start bleeding from the cracks.
So anyways,
I mean,
that's
you
what's
can't
happening.
help that. That just happens, you know.
Why can't I move down one more? Why will it not? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Hang on.
I'm not doing anything.
No,
Why
not
are
you.
you doing this?
The game will not let me move Sharut down one more. I've lost connection. I've reestablished connection. Okay, there we go.
Oh, that's why.
Okay.
Why? Okay. We are going to fire twice. Since the totem is down, I get a +2 to damage. 17 for the first one, and
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
a second one misses, I'm assuming.
7 will definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to
Also,
make a
you are seeing when you saw the Dolgrim or Dolgons before. That's what hobgoblins turn into. You are seeing what goblins turn into.
They just squish goblins together?
Yeah, because you have to
Those-
get 2 of them to make them worthwhile.
Oh, that's garbage, and you know it.
But you
We
know
couldn't
that
even say it with a straight face. That's pretty great.
you know that, like, as terrible and terrifying as Dolgrim are, this is not a normal Dolgrim. So
Like, is it lesser?
like, you look at it and you're like, that's not what I read about. And so you hit it once for 9.
For 9 points of damages, yes.
9 damages, sir.
Yes.
Wow. Jeez.
I also need you to make me a fortitude save.
What is this fortitude save against?
Actually, I think that DC should be 1 higher. I need to check, but it's for the flashbang.
Oh, sure.
Let me double check that real quick though, because that might have been something that changed. Scholars Feet.
It's dazzled. All right. So when you get back, go ahead and roll the 1d4 to see how long it's deafened and dazzled. I will take that one, which is there, and I will lower its initiative by 4, because that's what you do for some reason when someone is
2 rounds.
deafened. All right. And
And as a free action, he'll scout
go ahead and scout for me.
or swift action or whatever. I can't remember.
Knowledge religion, please.
Oh, I don't have that, so I can't scout.
Sounds great.
In that case,
Dandrin, Dillian needs help.
I'm on my way.
And Lumio! And
Uh,
Lumio!
Dandrin, it's your turn.
2, 3, 4. Gad, what is that creature? It's terrible. It's like someone just grabbed 2 goblins and smushed them together.
They must have to do that to make it worthwhile.
I guess it's how they got their value. And that's where I can move.
Okay.
You will find no use in no goblin empire.
Zaract, you heard the screams of help, and Corley looks to you and says, "Should we go? It sounds like it's Lumio."
Yes, we should keep Lumio safe. If nothing else, he provides range support, and he is actually kind of likable. That mushroom hat is quite nice. And she looks at the Uldra real quickly with the hat.
So if you say it in common, nothing. Like
Okay.
if you answered Corley in common, the Uldra does not do anything. I don't think the
Cool.
Uldra could actually see Lumio from where she was to where he was. So
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I would have commented on the big mushroom hat.
For sure.
So with that, they will go to there, and then Tertia, it's your turn. You
I mean,
heard somebody
I
go,
can
help,
run.
help, 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 help.
Hang on. That's the wrong button. Why did I do that? So that's 30. I'm just going to run.
Okay.
And it's right there.
Sounds good. All right, you move to right there, and you can see what's going on. Delian is just standing there, just looking at this beast, dumbfounded. The dumbest look on his face, just not moving a muscle.
All right. Well, while I ran, I grabbed my chakra mount.
Sounds good.
That's it. That's all I can do.
Delian.
I can do nothing.
I believe you can do nothing. Let me real quick read the paralysis ability. I do not believe it's hold person. It does not give an extra save each round.
Oof.
Um,
Wow.
real quick, I'm checking it.
No, it's okay.
Unlike
it's okay.
hold person and similar effects, a paralysis effect does not allow a new save each round. All right.
Ooh.
That's rough.
So that's one round of paralysis. Next up, the Dolgrim directly. Oh no, wait. This is the Dolgrim that was in front of you moved down in initiative. So this is the one that bit you the first time, and it is going to go and just swing all of its claws and bite and bite and bite and bite. So we are going to roll at
He's dazed and dazzled. So that was the first
this one is dazzled. He's not dazed.
Oh,
It
sorry.
says deafened and dazzled.
Yes.
So the other one, Delian, he's gonna hit you 5 times.
Yep.
Ooh.
For a staggering. Get ready for this nonsense.
Sure.
1 damage.
Okay.
1 damage. 1 damage.
All right.
2 damage.
Ooh.
That's cheating.
And
Uh-oh.
2 damage.
Okie dokie.
Real quick.
I mean, I got nothing but time. I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. I understand that. I am going to roll something real quick.
That's a lot of dice.
That is of those. So you were still paralyzed. The amount of time you are paralyzed for is now 4 rounds.
Yep. No worries.
Next, Zaract.
So like people kind of fucked off, and I know that this is something we'll continue at a later point. But Zaract has been using this time to try and kind of identify that she knows actually quite a fucking lot about the planes, and would love for that to be the basis of a new relationship with once we get this individual out. That having been said, she is kind of on the far side of things. So she'll try and move to a position where she can see some stuff going on.
Okay.
Just one moment. We can continue this conversation momentarily.
Of course. We have nothing but time here.
And that's like 30 feet. She'll double move.
Okay. You can't see what's going on, but you can see that everybody else can, and it's apparently over this way.
Oh, looks ugly. She'll shout down the hallway. Is it another oven?
Not oven. Looks like
Not
two.
one that I've ever seen, but there is one in there.
That is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Delian, 7 more damage.
Okay.
From the it's just a whirlwind of claws and teeth as this thing is just tearing into you. Lumio, the both of them are basically trying to fight to get to him.
I don't like that. I really wish I could move him, but that would involve me getting in the way. Can I like try to pick him up and move him away?
You could use a combat maneuver.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
we're no, like he's a target that can't resist right now. Like he is completely paralyzed. It is nearly impossible to miss him with anything. If you spend your round,
You watch Lumio do it.
if you spend your round doing it, you can just grab him and move.
Okay.
They're one of them is going to get an attack of opportunity on him, but you can do it.
So now that I'm in area of one of my totems, I could rally myself with freedom, right?
Yeah.
Is it freedom? Position.
You can also do it to someone else and still affect you.
You know what? Dandarin looks like he wants it.
So what does this let you do?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up here, so I'll read it out loud. Actually, I'll put it in the chat. There we go. It basically lets me move up to 10 feet as a immediate move. It doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, and must end in an area that I can rally.
Okay. So if you wanted to prevent the attack from Delian, even though he's not the one that's technically moving, you would put it on him and you, because
Right,
that was
because I'm pulling him away.
because you're
Yeah.
pulling him away. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but that would get the two of you away.
Okay.
So you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can move
So-
to there and then move him to there.
I'm just picturing the description of that, which is basically he's just weekend at burning to Lee and saying, "Come on, let's go."
And just grabs him and runs. And yeah.
Put some sunglasses on him.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
A Delean weekend at Bernie's sounds delightful. Especially because he's so small. You could just do a lot with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was, I believe that was a rally. So that's like an immediate action.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you like to do with the rest of your stuff?
Well, I can still move. So I'm going to just attack. Shooting a thingy into the dude in the doorway. And we're gonna use everything. So I'm gonna make it a sphere, energy sphere with the blast shape,
Okay.
and an electric. Yes, an electric blast.
Okay.
And you know what? We're gonna make it fire to make it extra fun.
Okay. Yeah, let's get some fire in there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually have to type this out. Okay. So, and then yeah, it's a dexterity on his point, which is.
All right, so he makes a reflex save.
Yes.
Okay, so his reflex is not great. Does a 15 save.
I haven't actually made anyone save. I'm not sure off the.
I believe 15 is just at the edge of saving against your ability.
Did we ever write it down? What is my save based on?
What's your casting stat?
Charisma. I got a 3 modifier in that.
So it says your saves are 14. So yeah, so it saves. So it doesn't take the damage. But you can concentrate to keep the sphere active, so you can just keep trying to hit it with the next sphere, or with the sphere next round.
Okay.
And I believe that's your turn. So, Sharut, it's your turn.
I'm going to pew, followed by another pew.
Oh, we're gonna pew pew. All right.
Yes.
Please roll 2 pew, and then also 2 pew.
You know,
And I think, just real quick, I believe my totem just went down because I'm concentrated.
wait, did your
Sounds-
totem go down?
Mm-hmm.
Because that changes my damage.
Okay, so your totem goes down. The 20 does hit. So
Okay,
that'll just be
so
2 less
inst-
damage.
Yeah, instead of 8, it's 3 from the bolt, and then 3 from the flashbang.
Okay. And these are counted as separate things, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You shoot it with the bolt, and the bolt just kind of like it hits it, but you don't see it really sink in.
Okay.
It's not good.
Second one. Well, they still have to make a fortitude save, right? Since they're still hit.
He does have to make a fortitude save.
He makes the
since-
first fortitude save.
Okay. And the next one you did hit. You did not crit. The 7 will not crit. Doesn't take any damage from the damage.
Still. Actually, no. I think he
Any
doesn't
great
have to
poison,
make the
then no.
fortitude save.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah. The flashbang specifically says creature hit. With the poison, you have to do damage.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. With the
so-
way I deliver it. Yeah.
Okay. Do anything else?
Nope.
All right. Dandarin, it's your turn.
Alrighty then. Which. Oh, hey. And I will say hello. And how do you do to you? I am going to target.
How old are you?
They don't have any weapons, right? It's just they have their mouths and their claws.
Yeah, so basically they're making sort of a tandem bite with both mouths, and then they have 4 claws.
In that case, I will. We're in the +2 totem, right?
No.
No,
Damage.
No.
No.
nope. That faded.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring it back next round.
Huh? Well, anyway, I punch her in the mouth in the way that I do.
Okay.
with a hammer.
And I miss.
You miss. All right, so that's your round. Next will be Corley. Corley comes down and moves past you, Sharut, and you see that, like, at this point, she doesn't even really draw the sword. She just, like, the black energy starts kind of lancing up her arm, and then it just fades, and it goes away. And she says, I cannot do anything against a ghoul.
He's just confused.
And Tertia, it's your turn.
Oh, well, I have a target that looks like it wants to get pushed back
Okay.
by a chakram.
I love that you throw a bladed frisbee so hard it bull rushes people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ridiculous shit that happens in that game, but that's like pretty high on the list.
I believe we should call it a donut.
The old bladed donut. Go ahead and roll for me real quick.
Sure. I'm just applying the stuff that's needing to be applied.
That will hit. That's not going to do enough damage to hit it.
I expend martial focus and add 2d10.
Shit. Okay. Go ahead and roll the thing. All right. So that's all in one hit. That is 13 damage.
Great.
So, all right. You see.
And I also need to do a bull rush here.
You succeed at it. It goes like flying back into the front of that oven, and then there's this ping, 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 and then your chakram kind of floats over Dandarin's head and back to your hand.
Perfect.
You have definitely cleaved into this thing pretty hard. It went back and died.
That's great. I'm going to move forward and quick change to my rapier.
Okay. You got to count the table as difficult terrain there.
Okay, so that would be 10 feet, 15, 20, 25.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
You do that.
Nope. All right. Next, Dillian. That's a round off the 4, so you're at 3 now.
Yep.
The Dolgrim. Well, I've got you here, Tercia. So let's go. Any of those hit?
Whew.
The 17 does.
All right.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about that?
Take 3 damage.
Oh, you bastard.
Can you make me a fortitude save?
I can.
I'm gonna do a retribution off of that.
You can't.
Oh, that's right, because my totem went down. Damn
Yep.
it.
Correct.
Okay.
Is this an enchantment effect?
It is not.
Damn it.
You do not seize up, and you do not have the extra special bonus that is there in addition to the seizing up.
Oh.
So, after that, Zeract.
All right. Zeract will move down.
Okay.
25, 30. Of course, everybody is right in the middle of the shit, so...
Yeah. Honestly, from where you are, all you can see is Tercia.
Yep.
And kind of a crumpled body that she's standing over.
Oh, I actually got my martial focus back, too.
Nice. So what are you doing, Zeract?
Zeract is gonna, I guess, hold her standard action until she has something to shoot at.
Okay. Lumio, it's your turn.
Andy?
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. So I have enough spell points to do this thing. I'm going to, as a move action, put down another totem.
Okay.
And I'm going to make it so I don't have to concentrate on it for a spell point.
Okay.
It's going to be just the other war, so all that comes back.
All right. Can you roll a 1d100 for me?
Yeah.
Dope. Okay.
Mhm.
You put down the war totem yet again.
Mm-hmm.
That's 60 feet right there.
There we go. And then I don't think I have land. Oh wait, no, I've got the thing up. So I'm gonna move my thing right here.
Okay. And I will make a reflex save. Does that make it?
Yes, it does.
And
Please stop.
I believe with energy sphere it's very all or nothing. So
Yeah.
He takes no damage from it as you sort of roll the big flame ball over here. All right. Okay. Well, top of the round, Sharut, you have no target unless, go with me here, you'd like to shoot Tercia.
Or Dandarin.
Or Danner, up to you.
There's also Zeract.
I mean, Dandarin made some remarks earlier, so I'm going to coup de grace Dandarin.
It makes sense.
You get
I'd like to
point-blank shot
utilize
bonus.
my +1 to goblinoid, you say?
Honestly, I don't know why you didn't do it before.
Okay, we are going to move. The table is rough terrain, correct?
Correct. Whether you're going over it or
Okay.
under it, doesn't matter. Actually, you really can't go under it. It's broken.
Move. Yeah, I can move. Well, it really depends on what's going on in the room. Acrobatics check for.
So where do you move to before you start the acrobatics check?
Well, because I don't know if the guy is here or here.
You do not.
If I move here, it incurs an attack of opportunity. I know he's on this wall, so I guess I'm going to move here.
Okay. Where do you move
Um,
to before you start the acrobatics check?
I was gonna go boom through the table and then over here.
So
That makes
what
sense.
I'm saying to you is, like, you're spending your whole round doing this. You are going to get
Oh.
to a square and then start an acrobatics check. Which square do you go to and then start the acrobatics check? I need to know. Because I need to know where I have the opportunity to hit you at.
You would have the opportunity to hit me here.
Okay, please roll your
I believe.
acrobatics check. So, funny thing, I'm going to try to hit you. I missed. You can keep going.
You did miss. Okay. And since I'm out of sight of the totem, I am actually going to take a single shot.
No,
I
like
will-
that's your action.
That's my action.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you make an acrobatics check, you're moving at half speed. So you move at half
Oh.
speed to prevent the attacks of opportunity. So what you had to do was go to here and then make the acrobatics check to go that like last step.
Okay.
So yeah, that's your whole turn. You can spend an action point if you'd like to get another standard action or a hero point, but otherwise that's your whole turn.
That was my. Yeah. No, I don't want to do anything. That's
Okay.
fine.
Cool. Dandarin, it is your turn.
Alrighty then. Oh, friend.
He does not hear you.
He's
deafened.
Is the totem up now?
Yes.
The totem is up.
I would like to smack him in his teeth. Maybe?
A 14 will not hit him.
Does he still count as a goblinoid?
No,
Technically, no.
Technically, he's
He's
two
not a
goblinoids.
goblinoid?
I
On
love
it-
Some
the
kind of
answer to the
aberration or an
question.
aberration?
honestly,
Some
at this point, he doesn't
What?
even count as an aberration.
I love the answer to this question every time it comes up because it seems like it comes up at least once a session.
Yeah,
kind-
yeah.
It's-
So
Hang on.
yeah,
Before we go further,
the creatures that have been transformed by the Delkir no longer count as the thing that they were.
Ah,
They have been gifted with an alien intelligence. They do not fight, think, act. They aren't goblins anymore. No.
well,
So, what were you saying,
oh
Mike?
well.
I was going to say if Andy wanted to change that attack roll, he could with a rally
Ah.
What?
A-
by
and-
using commanding rally. It's the one that basically it's aid another.
Oh, yeah. Bugger. And I think that's. Let's see here.
An immediate action, you can do that anytime.
That's the baseline rally too.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so you roll a d20 plus your caster level, which is 4, plus your casting ability modifier, which is 3. So d20 plus 7. And if you get a 10 or higher, Dandarin gets a +2 to his attack roll. Dandarin, you hit.
Hooray! It takes 14 points of damage.
Uh,
And it has a -2 on attack checks with its mouth.
okay. Dandarin, you just clobber
You're
this
welcome.
thing. Like you take
Also,
a big,
you're affected by that.
you take a big swing, and then like it doesn't really connect, and then Lumio's like, no, again, better, higher, to the left, and you're just and you slam into this thing. And after that is going to be Corley, who will, I guess, guard up over here, and Forsidna will sort of guard up over here. Actually, we'll switch that. There we go. Yeah, you see the two of them sort of pull out the sword and the shield, and they just move to the side of the door. So, well, they're not going in. At the very least, nothing that they don't want will come out, meaning Sharut lives in this kitchen now. Tertia,
Well, it's small, but the New Goblin Empire is cozy.
Tertia, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna smack it.
Okay, I'm on a record. That'll hit.
Cool. I assume that doesn't pierce their skin though.
It does
I-
not pierce the skin. You
Great.
are
They do not take blade damage.
You are unable to find purchase. Okay. Do anything else?
Can I ask if Tertia's within sight of the totem?
Tertia is within sight of the totem. At the moment, the
That
totem
should be
is on Lumia.
Oh,
Two more damage.
That's right.
then.
Plus 2 more damage. So he's 6.
All right. There you go.
Oh,
So
guess what? You're taking 2 bleed.
okay. So, I mean, yes, I believe you did inflict that. However, I don't believe that they are subject to it. But I will check real quick.
I mean, if they don't have blood, they don't have blood.
Yeah, it's basically congealed muck at this point. They are immune
Okay.
to bleed.
I
Now
mean,
we know.
basically, mine is too.
All right. After that, Delian, tick down again. You have 2 rounds left, and then the Dolgrim. Well, I've got so many options, and
All right. I will also switch to my bladed scarf.
one of them. You know what? I'm gonna go for the one that is not fully armored. So, Tertia, bite,
Oh, it hit.
and then claw.
You hit me with the 17.
Trying to confirm the bite.
Nope.
14 doesn't confirm. Okay.
17's a number.
17's the number. Okay, so you take from the bite 1 point of damage. Can you please make me a fortitude save?
Maybe. Let's see.
All right. Momentarily, you feel as if your body might seize up, and then you decide, I'm not going to do that, and your elven grace just knocks that away. Afterwards, you are going to take 2 points of damage. That's 3
Whoa.
total.
Hang on. I've taken 5 damage from this thing.
Yep.
Not okay.
Zeract.
Yes.
It's your turn. They are all looking to the south, so whatever it is hiding behind that door.
All right. Zeract will step forward
Uh-huh.
and
No, it's not an oven. We're fine.
This would be the
Someone-
perfect fucking time to turn that oven into a mimic.
Someone check oven later.
Pontiac wouldn't put 2 mimics in this dungeon.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Oh
happen.
god, it's back.
Sharut flees.
using 15 feet of movement, she moves here.
Okay.
Zeract breathes a cone of acid, basically in exactly that thing's square, because that's where the cone. It's a 90-degree angle, so it's literally
You're
just
breathing. You're breathing that cone right there.
that. Yeah, that cone
Adorable
exactly.
Cone.
Isn't it a
Oh
isn't
my.
a cone?
That's
A wonderful.
that's so stupid.
It's pretty fucking dumb.
There you go. I think you're actually also going to hit that square in front of her. Okay. What's my save on this?
Reflex save to reduce damage by half. DC is 10 plus.
Don't worry about it. Just roll damage. Why don't we just roll damage? Let's roll damage.
Okay. All right. I mean, hold on. I'll calculate it out for you, and he takes 10 acid damage.
He is a puddle of Dolgrim Dolgrim ghoul.
Zerax spits and wipes her mouth with the back of her hand and says, "I don't see what all the fuss was about," and then starts to walk back.
Told you we had it.
Where Delian?
And Delian is still paralyzed.
Yep. Delian's paralyzed for another 2 rounds. So I mean, 2 rounds is a very short time. Like a round is about 6 seconds.
Sharut can get there and administer healing before he's unparalyzed.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it for me.
He's going to. We'll see how he heals. Situational bonuses +2. Yep. Delian heals 17 points of damage.
All right. Delian, you kind of feel yourself being able to move again.
That's cool.
And
Ian, are you all right?
What do you fucking think?
Don't give me the sass. I'm genuinely concerned about your well-being. Now, Sharut needs information. Sharut,
Wound,
quick, fix the poor man up.
wound dressed already.
Uh,
He fine.
For God's sake, Sharut. Blessed, wonderful man.
I have a question for Travis.
What's up?
Did that exceed the amount of damage that you took?
I'm calculating it right now. Don't worry about it. By 2, yeah.
as Sharut starts to walk away, Corley looks at you and says, "There's 2 parts to a ghoul's bite, which is what makes it worse than their claws. All the claws and the teeth can both transmit the paralysis, but only the bite can transmit the ghoul fever. You will want to make sure that you get a good night of rest, because you may start to feel this early in the morning."
Mm-hmm. Not surprised.
All right.
Right. Off to go open the door.
So, Delian, are you doing anything?
Yeah. First thing he does.
No, that makes sense.
There's an oven in there.
And he's just going back up there? Okay.
Yep.
And let me grab cousins and drag them back up to where I assume Zeract
So
went.
since that healing surpassed by 2 points, Delian, you get 2 temporary HP for the next 4 hours.
Yes.
All right. So the boys who are working on the door, you want to go ahead and give me your rolls?
Dandarin, help Sharut.
Right. Here I am helping. Oh no.
Would you? Good lord, dude.
This is the group. This is what we do
Yeah.
every single time.
The assister gets the higher roll. That's how it works, Sharut. See? You're not able to make headway here. You're picking and you're poking around, and the tumblers in this lock are not doing what they should be. Nothing is going the way that you want it to on this. Even when you're positive that you have it, and you go to rotate, and you're almost there. Like if you weren't quite as quick as you normally are, you probably would have dropped your lock picks. It feels like the lock spit them back at you.
Okay.
So while this is going on, Tertia, are you doing anything?
Providing light.
Okay. Delian and Lumio, are the two of you doing anything?
I'll be opening this door here, supposedly.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yep, sure do.
Go ahead and give me the disable device roll.
Cool, we'll do.
All
right. Well, I have no idea what to do.
Delian is having a night.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you try it. There's just a lot of ice in the lock, and it's not really working. Yeah. Zeract.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
So Zeract is this is clearly an emissary from Rissia. Zeract is just dead fucking fascinated, especially since it's evident that she was providing some kind of information to the warlord here that is like it's so fucking proprietary. She's just thrilled with the idea of it, and so she's trying to impress on the Uldra that she knows a lot about the planes, and kind of trying to roll that into what I'm assuming would be a diplomacy check to just be like, hey, we should continue to talk about this. Like, you were sent here with information and as a guide, as somebody who is tied to many planes, including Rissia, I would be an excellent recipient of this kind of information.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay.
There's no bonus to the check though. Go ahead and give me the check, and then I'll have you roll a sense motive.
Okay. Well, I disagree. There is, because I'm using my last hero point, there is a bonus to that check.
I suppose so.
Indeed, sir. So let's see here. It's 8.
Okay.
And then you said a sense motive?
Yeah, give me a sense motive check. All right. She seems interested until you mention the other planes. And then her mood doesn't really sour. It just kind of goes back to what it was pre-hat. Yeah, that's. And as you're kind of continuing to explain it, she goes, "Do you think the Thelanian will come soon? Will he be able to let us out?"
Yes, I imagine so. And then at that point, Zeract recognizes that conversation's over.
Yeah, and she nods and she goes, "That's good. I don't like many of them, but of those who are not where I'm from, the only ones I can really stand are the Thelanians."
That kind of cut out. Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Oh, she says, "I don't like many of them, but of the ones who aren't where I'm from, the only ones I can really stand are the Thelanians."
Ouch.
And yeah, there's like you know that she's Fae, like Uldra are Fae, but given where she's from, she's not a normal Fae.
Yeah.
The Fae of the harsher places are generally harsher than those of Thelanis. I mean, the Fae of Thelanis, even those, they're not bright and cheery and playful all the time. Like, they have their courts and they have all that stuff. But like, Rissia is not a nice place.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, moving back over to Dandarin and Sharut and Tertia, what are the three of you doing now?
How?
Delian mentioned a key. Maybe that could help us. Before I just, do what I do, might as well at least try the civilized way.
Sharut think, look for a key. If no find key, we try dampen noise. Fare better. Yes.
I agree.
So we should probably close the door then.
We can't close those doors
Doors.
because those doors are bent out of shape. They will not close.
Oh.
They're
Yeah.
bent out of shape, are they?
I mean, you repairing them would cause.
I
Even more
understand
noise.
the hypocrisy. I fully understand. I can fix our problem by causing more problems.
No,
Such is the way.
my idea is that we look for the key. If we don't find the key, we take these tables because they appear intact, and we push them up against the entryway. and that should.
I've mentioned that the tables are broken.
Oh shit. Well,
Yeah. The
never
program
mind.
that this was made in didn't have broken tables. It only
Is
had
that
intact
counter broken?
tables. Yes.
Damn it. Is that bed broken?
They're all broken.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, I
Right
tried.
before they froze this place, they just went totally ham on all these furniture objects.
First thing to do when the Connie Empire falls, break all of the furniture. That's
Don't
all.
mind
mildly
many things.
inconvenient
Uh, so
mildly inconvenience their ancestors
to,
or
to
their
move things along, like what do you do?
descendants.
I guess I'll try and open this door because I
Okay.
saw Dillian poking at it before.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll. Yeah, you're able to kind of like chisel some of the ice out of the lock, twist a little bit, and it pops for you. What you see is what looks to be, you would recognize this as probably sort of a combination of servants' quarters, but also like house guard quarters. Especially for a house that only has a limited number of rooms. You might house them all in the same spot. There's a layer of frost covering everything. Nothing is fully intact, but it hasn't been as purposefully shattered as like the tables to the south. These look like they're just kind of broken with time. But that's what you're seeing there.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I will motion Tercia, Lumio, and Dandrin at me.
Lumio's gonna stay over here. More than anything to keep an eye on Dillian.
Okay, sounds good. So Tercia and Dandrin, if you would like, you can also give me checks. All right. Tertia and Sharut, the two of you search the room, and the room doesn't have much. Like there's little like chests in front of the beds, but the chests have been rifled through. There doesn't seem to be much of value to take. However, when you're searching this bed right here, and you sort of like pull back the bed itself, you do spot a key. Basically, there was a leather thong that was hanging right here, and it looks like over time the leather has rotted a little bit, and there's a key on the ground.
Probably the head guard's bed.
Shouldn't agree. Lucky to find.
Grab the key and let Lumio and Dillian know.
Think found key for next room.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
And he'll move towards the door, but also it's getting a little late.
Yep. Yeah, you weren't going to be unlocking it tonight anyway. So you found the key, you move towards the door, and we will pick up from there next week. So thanks to everybody for watching, and we will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Good night, our wonderful chili spoons.